What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
Poker, like we do all the time. We'll start with some hands from Larry. Jack six offsuit. Love it.
Exciting hand.
Yeah.
So this is I am in the straddle. I'm going to straddle if everyone else is straddling. Um and 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 be bitter about it.
Mhm.
So we get a call, we get a call, get a call, get a call. I just think this is where we get to see a lot for free, right? I mean, we're never
Yeah.
gonna
That's the best exploit in the world here.
ISO this. So now it gets interesting. So we do, and we flop two pair on a rainbow texture. We've got what? We've got one, two, three, four, five, six ranges here, including ours. We're competing with five ranges. This is a weird spot. Got a very good hand, 15% hand, right? 50% of the time you're gonna have better than you're gonna have two pair plus. But this is a weird spot with all these different ranges.
Yeah.
So this guy's been limping all night. Um, I, I I don't think he's not splitting range. He's just limping. He's playing maybe half hands, half the hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there because his wife was sick of looking at him
Yeah.
because they're all on holiday and kicked him out. So that's why he's playing poker.
Right.
So are we ever donking here into five people?
You're not donking, you're leading because nobody raised. So just to do that. And sometimes
Sure.
there's two behind you and three, there's two in front of you and three behind you. I think with three behind you, you can still check this, but
Yeah, I think my um instinct here is with this many people in the hand
Mhm.
and playing out of position to three. I think I want to check and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, how likely is it going to get stabbed? And maybe you don't know that, but with three people left, it's, more likely than if there was just one, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an excellent
Um,
question. But
and
I think it's kind of hard to gauge that very successfully when we have just limp ranges here. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
and like you
dealing
said,
with a
you may
shit
not
ton of
know the
hands.
opponents that well or whatever, but you also will get information when somebody does stab and there's action behind that stab before it gets back to you. And the size of their stab will help you too. But yeah, I'm on board for either leading or checking. And I think if I was in this spot, I would check as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And with the nature of the board, if it checks through, which you would hate, the next card is not terrible for you because if the next card is terrible for you, that person probably would have called.
Okay.
There are very few cards that are terrible for you that somebody would have folded. But we'll see.
I see your point. I get it. Okay. Um, yeah, I choose to check here.
Okay.
I just let's see what people do. Let me get this
Yay.
very unusual play.
That's a
He,
great play.
he puts out one big blind, $2.
That's fabulous.
And we get obviously some people who are going to call $2. And it's back on us. What do you want to do, group?
Check.
Well, I think
Absolutely.
this is an absolute easy decision now.
Only thing is the size.
I think you're 15.
15?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
20.
I mean,
Everybody's on board with
I think
15?
you can, I don't know. I think you can go bigger than 15 because it's just not a significant size at all. It's a huge check raise technically, but
Yeah.
Not to the size of the pot, it's not.
No. It's yeah, it's
no,
great.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is the absolute, it's just not that big in general.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it, yeah, I think you get 15 or 20.
Yeah, so the way I'm looking at this, and this could be off base, is I my default here is pot size bet. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
Who cares?
So what do you think? What do you think, Brian?
I just don't think that you're up against. So you're not up against some super strong ranges, but your hand really benefits from making the pot bigger. So, I mean, you
How
don't
does
want
it
to
benefit
call.
from making the pot bigger because we have a strong hand, or does it benefit from making the pot bigger because we fold out
We
equity from 3 different ranges. Or
we
both.
cooler jacket
Oh, yeah.
both. Yeah, we could fold out. I don't know. We could fold out some. Queen nine's not folding. None of that
There's
stuff's
very
folding.
little equity that's folding.
There's not a lot, but your hand is
You
very
just get value.
strong, and
Yeah.
there's plenty of hands that can call you. I mean, you can cooler some Jack X and stuff like that. So let's just. I mean, I don't. With this hand, I want to build a pot all day until I'm told otherwise. That my hand is not good.
All
Yeah.
right. So I chose a very large check raise here.
Yep.
Okay.
And
I mean,
Yep.
that's
well,
fine.
relative to the bet size.
I kind of like that. I have no
And
problem with
it's mostly about
I
equity
expect you're going
now
to get
with
3 folds, but
I think of this
maybe.
hand as being a strong but fragile hand.
Hmm.
I that's where I class these hands in this weird spot against random ranges.
Why is it fragile?
Because I think of two pairs being fragile just because it can be outdrawn in a number of ways.
Hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't have the, I mean, a set is amazing. It can become a full house. Straight, you know where you are. You can
Okay.
detect if it gets
All right.
worse. Flush, blah blah blah. I think is a strong but fragile hand.
Okay.
Um, so I bet 30 for value slash protection.
Great.
The initial limper calls and get folds. So I think that's what we want in a way. Now
Perfect.
we're up against one range, which we like. We can understand a bit more about what's going on in the hand if we're against one range as opposed to multiple ranges.
So what is his range right now?
his range has changed completely.
Yeah, so
He
his
has a lot
range
of Jack
now is
X and straight draws.
he's got draws, he's got Jack X,
Maybe 10x.
maybe some sticky 10x with the additional back door or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do try to think about. I would try and think about here the fact that your sizing. I don't. I'm pretty sure your game this is not a huge sizing, and even though your check raise is technically massive, it's not really that big. This is it. So like he could
Relative
probably
to
like absolute
Close to
SPR or
sizing,
10 and
relative to
15 in the
absolute
game.
sizing, absolute sizing.
Yeah.
Given your
Okay.
description, this recreational, I mean, I think he's even wider than you just said. I mean, he's got the draws we talked about. He's got the Jack X. You were saying he might have a 10X. I think he
But
absolutely can have any of his 10X that he had. He can even have his like 6X. He could have pocket sevens. He could have pocket eights. I mean,
Sure.
he just has a ton of stuff here that he's just calling you with.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, he's a little bit. I mean, he's going with absolute hand strength. If he's got a Jack X here, he's not folding it. So
okay.
we like this five. I think this
Yeah.
five is pretty bricky. I mean, maybe he has 6-5, and that's wonderful. But so we're now at a SPR 4. So I think here at SPR 4 with 2 streets, like, are we thinking geometric now?
Let's
Trying to
start
think
with Geo.
about
Our
what
hand can
is
go
he
3 streets, so start with Geo.
if he gets here.
Yeah, so I
Um,
maybe could have gone bigger. So Geo, I think here is pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
no,
puts in
I go
240.
bigger.
You'll have 240 left, 260 left,
I
What is
didn't.
his? What are his
40
straight
left.
draws gonna call right now?
Yeah, so what I mean, so I think he's got a lot of straight draws around the Jack X.
Hmm.
Maybe he's got some backdoor stuff with the hearts, and also he's got Jack X. But
I don't, do
so
we
I
think
think
his range is inelastic here? Or I mean, I think a portion of it is, and a portion of it isn't.
I he really likes his hand, right? He called a check raise a
I
pretty
would say, but
substantial check raise.
I'm gonna say that doesn't mean quite as much just because the absolute sizing isn't huge. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
I can
agree.
see your
I think
point about absolute size.
his hand is strong though. Like it's not a $2 hand that
Yeah.
obviously. So
Yeah, good
80
point.
seems 80 seems great. And anything between 60 and 120 seems
All
great.
right, so
I
I
was
went
gonna
too
say
small.
I go
I
100
went
here.
half pot. I
Yeah.
think this is probably too small.
Yeah.
I'm a
Too
little bit
small.
I'm a little bit wary of his call to my dramatic check raise.
Wary, as in wary that he won't go on, or wary that he has something really good.
I am wary that he has something really good, but I think I might be devaluing with two pair here when I say
You
that.
are. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
definitely.
getting a little bit too timid here, I think.
You
Yeah.
starting to
I'm
see
so
monsters under
happy.
the bed.
was gonna say, Larry, if I have
Maybe
two
a little bit.
pair, if
Say it
I have
again.
two pair on a rainbow board, I am looking for every way possible to get all the money in
Yeah,
Yeah,
by the river.
I think that's what
When
you
you
do.
get check raised with very few draws and you got two pair, I mean, really, what's he have? Either 6-10 or Jack 10.
Yeah,
I mean, you crush one, you're crushed by one. If I got Jack
Jack
10 there and
five.
get check raised, I guess now he could have Jack. I'm talking on the flop.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
If I got Jack 10 there on that board, I'm looking, I'm gonna bet I'm three betting that check raise. I just don't think he ever has any Jack 10 here, which or sets, which means you're way good. Fucking barrel off and hope to get the money in.
Yeah.
all right. So we get this queen. I'm not totally thrilled about this queen. I don't think it's really bad, but I looked at him and he, I made a read.
This queen is really bad if you get raised.
Hey, did you look at him before you saw the queen or after you saw the queen?
I look, so I have learned, and I don't always do it, but I definitely do it on river when it's important. I try to. I put my bet out. I saw he called, and then I immediately surreptitiously started looking at him, not looking at the card, and looking at his reaction.
Okay, good. I think that's kind of important here because, like, if you saw the queen and then looked, you have kind of a bias. Like, this queen is a bad card for you,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
might be when you know the card and then you look at your opponent, you have this sort of already this biased perception. I
Nice.
yeah.
think.
That's a very good point.
Whereas if you just look at your opponent and you don't know what that river card is, now you're seeing him and you have no real bias as to, oh shit, or oh great. So
Yeah.
good.
So this
That's
is
good
something
to hear.
Scotty talked about. He's been talking about for as long as we've talking about live hands, and it's a good hint to pick up. Um, don't look at the card, look at the guy. And his eyes got as big as saucers. Like I think you've
Like Queen
all,
Jack. Like
if you
Queen Jack
see a
Dawson.
lot, if you play a
Queen
lot
Jack
of
and
live
Queen 10.
poker and you look
Yeah.
at someone and they are not well trained,
Yeah.
you will sometimes see their eyes get really, really big when card cups. I've seen it before
Biggest
when someone turned a set on, where all of a sudden their eyes just kind of get as big as saucers, and that's exactly what his eyes did.
And their eyes look away from that card very quickly. Yeah, that's a very good sign that they hit that card hard.
there's a couple of super reliable ones. Now the I mean and these are more reliable when they're out of position. I mean, even if they're in position, if you're watching them, I mean, the eyes widening, but and this one's almost it's really, really hard to control, and that's another reason why it's actually pretty good to look at your opponent when the card peels versus if you see their eyes immediately look down at their chips, and it can be a quick flick. That is. I mean, one of the most reliable tells, and you'll even see it in higher stakes with more experienced players. It's just a quick flick. If their eyes move down towards their chips, they will. It's almost always that card helped them and they're strong. And another one that I found super reliable is if they have their hands on their cards or out front, if their hand, especially if you figure out they're right left handed, if their dominant hand moves towards their chips, they usually didn't like they're guarding their chips and it's a completely subconscious like a lot of if their hands move away or like to where now their stack is more visible, that one's almost always strength.
Yeah. So I made a read, and shout out to Sky. I think this is a very good technique to look at someone surreptitiously, look at their face, not look at the card when it comes out, especially on river. And I choose to check.
I don't like to check still.
Okay, that's fine. I
Because
can understand
what
why.
is King Queen? I mean,
Hold
if
on.
this guy doesn't split range and he can get here with King Queen still with an open-ended straight draw, and that's
I'm
my
making
only.
a soul read, man. But you're right.
No,
I,
I'm 100% with Larry on this one. Larry's the
Yeah, I
best
think a
player in the
check
world.
is
Larry's the best player in the world, and he picked up on a read on the guy. Now, we don't know that the read is just, oh, I had Queen 9 and I finally hit my queen.
Yeah, I
His
mean, I
read
could be
was,
wrong.
you can be
And I
wrong, but
think
I like this
Brian,
check.
I think you're right. I mean, strategically, this is not a check.
Right,
This hand does not change enough
right.
well,
for
actually,
us
you know
to
what?
not value bet this hand
You
card.
are right that if your read is correct, and I believe that there is live reads that you should trust. Like I've kicked myself for not trusting some of mine before. That, um, he's likely going to bet it, so you're not losing value then by checking if he likes his hand that much, and then it doesn't open you up to the vulnerability of getting raised here and having to figure out that part.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So I can see why a check wouldn't be bad actually.
I mean, strategically, you're right. This hand is good enough that we should be two pair plus. We should definitely be value betting this. I mean, the queen is
Yeah.
not great, but I went with the sold read, and I'm patting myself on the back because this is something rather new to me, even though I've been playing live poker for a couple of years now. So I check. He makes a B70. He picks a B50 essentially, a bit less.
Right.
Well, I
But
know what the horse says about that.
um,
Does it?
what
It doesn't mean it's
what
a
does he
bluff.
say? I'm not sure. I know he
You
says if
wouldn't.
it's very large, it's under bluff. But
Well, their imposition on the river is under bluffed.
yeah,
So
But you can't, you shouldn't fold. I'm sorry.
no,
You're
that doesn't mean you
folding.
should fold.
I'm
Yeah,
not folding. I'm
yeah,
not folding this size. I
yeah,
mean, math is math.
I wouldn't fold either. I'd be thinking about, do I want to raise here after he takes this
Yeah,
sizing?
this is well. I went with a soul read here, which
I
is rare
like
for
it.
me. Maybe this may be a self-congratulatory hand history because I'm very happy about my soul read.
Oh my
Ace
God.
King.
Not even the hand that I thought it was.
Yeah,
Oh
he's.
yeah, I was expecting that.
I know this is what
No,
happens.
I was expecting that.
Right.
This is what happens in live poker, man. People just show up with the crazy shit, and they
Yeah.
don't. I mean, how can you call that check raise?
Ball,
I
two
think that,
overs.
Two overs and
Me
a
have
gut
ace
shot for
king.
whatever reason.
It's probably more. He's not even thinking, well, I have a gutter, but I have a gut shot, two overs.
ace king.
You know,
Ace
he
King.
could be check raising straight draw. He's thinking, me have ace king.
Right.
Well, have you ever seen how, like, when you watch very high level poker players play, they play Ace King so much differently than most people because they understand the properties of the hand being having showdown value in certain spots that they'll call down much lighter than most people. So I think that some people watch like high level players play and see them just like make crazy calls with Ace King, but it's like obviously very different because they know they're playing against opponents that are better that can make bluffs here. So like I think that maybe it's part of like maybe people overvalue ace king sometimes. Like I feel like you have half and half of people that are terrified to play ace king and fold ace like right away. And then you have people that just won't fold ace king.
So when you watch high level players be sticky with ace king, the one thing I would notice is if they're in position or out of position.
Well, there's the famous Sklansky hand where he folds ace king on high stakes poker pre-flop he limps it and then folds it against a single raise.
That's not even-
I don't know that.
It's a famous hand, and it's just I'm sure he played it wrong. And yes, and he's Sklansky, and I'm sure he played it wrong. I want to say that I think this is the greatest hand I've ever seen played because by the greatest player who ever lived. And I'm saying because Larry is the greatest player who ever lived. He made a read and he trusted his read, and that was what our exercise was. And here's our first data point, and it's a great one. So
All right,
total,
Nice
yeah,
hand.
cheers.
Nice
total
hand, Larry.
props, total props.
So I mean,
He was definitely looking to limp re-raise with that ace king, I
yeah, I
would
don't know
think.
what he was up to.
No, I think we've seen this so many times. Ace King is not one that they are super strong pre-flop. They limp and they call.
Yeah.
True.
So the only question I have about this hand, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Turn.
Yeah, my B50 turn. Do we think a pot size bet is the right size here?
I'd go
Yes.
100 on the turn. I'd overbet
Oh,
it.
you're over bet? I'd probably
Yeah.
fold out his hand, and I think that's
I mean, it's
not
not
great,
great.
but
You don't
right.
exactly want that hand to fold out. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
obviously that's not what we're putting him on here on the turn. I'm thinking like more open-ended, hands with more equity.
So on
Well,
this
you got
texture,
Queen nine, something like that.
on
Yeah,
this
stuff like that.
texture,
8-9.
is this hand strong enough to geometrically bet two streets? I mean, I think the
Yes.
answer is yes.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get the money.
So
Yeah.
I should be betting this. I think you're right. I should be
And I
betting
think we
this.
can caveat this. We're on the turn now, and we don't know what the river is. So yes, you can plan for two streets, and then you can reevaluate
Yeah,
when the river comes. So it's not like you
like the
have
10
to kind of
piece.
always follow through
No, yeah,
because
true.
you went geo.
No,
I think your hand right now is definitely strong enough for that pot size bet. And then when the river comes, you don't have to just automatically follow through.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
as of right
We're
now,
into
you
the
beat
flop again.
everything. You beat basically everything other than Jack 10, and I think everything else plays stronger than the way he's playing. So you have the
Yeah.
best hand.
I
Yeah. I
think
And
think
I
a
even
bigger
discount
size.
Jack 10 based on his little one big blind bet and then call.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he
Yeah,
has
that
sets. I don't think he has two pairs. So you basically have him crushed when
I
it comes
did. Yeah,
down to it.
that one big one bet was strange. All right.
and
Other hand. All
one more
right.
thing in that
So
hand. I think your default thought should be Geo, and then ask yourself the question. First question: Should I front load my Geo because he's draw heavy? So I
uh-huh.
have no, I have no, I'm getting no value on the river from a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
portion of his range. If I think he's draw heavy, do I want to go from 80 to 100 or even 120? And then after asking that question, you ask the question, do I think he has nothing that can call the 80? Do I have to go smaller? So
Yeah. Yeah. I see your point.
it's
Yeah. I mean,
can I
you
go
talk a lot
Geo?
about front loading.
Can I
I
go
think
bigger?
that's a very good strategy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
our
And that's
first
something I'm
question
trying to
be?
implement.
Shouldn't our first question be? Do I want to play for stacks? Like, do I
We are,
have a
yeah,
hand?
yeah, that's can we go Geo? Meaning, do I have a hand? Do I have a hand that if that on a blank turn wants to be all in by the river? The answer is yes. Okay,
You said
so
should. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I
so yeah, so,
misheard semantics.
yeah. So
Yeah, as
once
I
you
said,
and here's my thing: you have a three street hand, so you say okay, three street hand. So now what is Geo? Geo is this. You go great. So the question is, and that's so. Can I go Geo? Yes, I have a three street hand. That's good enough. Do I want it? Do I want to go bigger? Is the next question, and then the third question is, do I have to go smaller? So it's not just the order, it's can I go? Do I want to go? Do I have to go? Do I
what
have to go smaller?
do we? I mean, I'm also considering what can we do on the flop here because we do like I know
Flop.
we've all identified that I'm trying to get the money in on this hand.
Yep.
So that makes me not. I mean, I know I even said less than 30 was what I would check raise to, but I'm trying to think of what to. I mean, I would want to go. I would want to try and play two street, but it's going to be hard to play two street in a limp pot.
No, yeah.
Yeah, limp pot at these
You're
depths. I
so
mean, you're almost
so
never
small.
playing a two-street game
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
It
right.
makes it difficult.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
unless you're going massively massive overbet, which at that case you're cooked.
Yeah, you get called in those.
Yeah. And I sometimes will get a little lost
Mhm.
in trying to think geo and looking at stack sizes.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Re-
It
and
doesn't
the arg-
come naturally to me. I mean,
So
it's not
Yeah.
automatic for me to look at someone's stack and
Yeah.
measure it. I have to work on that.
Yeah.
do you
And
have
the
like
argument
a,
this
can
suggestion,
you get
because
a
we've
quick
seen
estimate or like I can do like a quick estimate. I'm not like dead on, but I'm like, all right, he's got about 250, like
yeah.
something in that area.
Yeah,
So
I'm
what do I
getting
want to
better, but
do?
I'm not. I need to get better at it. I mean, and I'm trying. I refrain from asking. I don't want to start asking people.
Gotcha.
I
All right.
make people
In this
move their
particular
hands
and in
all the
that
time.
particular hand, when asking the question, do I have to go smaller? Your answer is probably not because he called the 30 because he called the big check raise. Now,
Yeah.
granted, as Brian pointed out, it's not to an enormous absolute size, but he still called a 15x check raise. So you don't have to go smaller on the turn. Okay, Queens.
All right. Queens.
I had a
All right. So
suggestion to
this
our
is
theme for the month, real quick.
sorry. Say it again.
I said, can I add a suggestion to our theme for the month, real quick? Because I've seen it.
Sure.
We've seen. In the last week we've seen it from Brian. I've seen it from myself.
Mhm.
We just saw it from Larry, where we kind of tend a little bit saw it from Larry. Where I mean, I think, and it's possibly a tendency. So also, I know like we're playing like we're gonna try and play like we're the best player in the world, but when we have big hands, like
Think
consciously remind ourselves, like pause, think this through. Because
I
I
did really
know,
good with that.
because I tend to go in autopilot more when I have a big hand, a good hand, a strong hand, than I do when I'm bluffing or weak.
Right.
And
Yeah, and I'm a
we
little
saw
bit
it from
conscious
Brian
of
a
how
little
long
bit
I take too.
last
I need
week.
not give a fuck.
What
Yeah.
was that?
I sorry to interrupt. I'm a little bit. The first place where I played a lot. I used to get a lot of shit from these guys for taking too long because I was thinking about my hand,
I
and
don't
they were
give a
all
shit
on
anymore.
automatic, like you said. And I need to let that go and not give a fuck and
Absolutely.
take as long as I want
Take as long as you want.
until someone calls the clock on.
Yeah, I started
Um,
not giving a shit anymore
Yeah,
because now I'm sitting there tanking on the flop.
yeah, because you're planning
so
on.
this is me, I think, timid. So this is I've had a good night. I'm 4 hours in. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and my mind is a little bit, I guess I could get kind of buzzy, or not fuzzy, but just kind of buzzy. Like I don't feel like I have total clarity
You're
at this
Right.
Time to
point.
go
uncomfortably
home.
numb.
Time to go
Sorry, say
home.
it again. Time to go home.
Uncomfortably numb.
Uncomfortably numb,
I'm gonna
Yes.
precisely.
say
And
it's
uncomfortably
I
deep.
have become uncomfortably numb.
This is a
it is time to go
fabulous
home though.
time. This is a fabulous time when your blind comes around to your blind to stand up for one round, walk outside the casino and get some air and think about the fact, do I want to be back in there or am I happy out here with my chip stack?
Yeah, and you've mentioned that before, and you're right. That is the
Yeah.
right thing to
Because
do
you're not
once
going to
I
do it
get
while
to
you're
my.
at the table. You need to be in a physically different place to give yourself the option to leave or to go, no, I want to be here and then go back in a little refreshed. Okay, let's play.
Yeah, you're right. The right thing to do here is to sit out in orbit, go outside, see a different world, and
Mhm,
decide if you're in the right headspace to continue.
exactly.
And I think
Taste of your apartment.
once I feel tired and a little bit like not as sharp as when I first came in, I can get a little bit paranoid's not the word. I can become a little bit self-aware, and I think it affects my play.
Okay.
So I open a 10, which is a normal size here. This guy, here's his note on him. He's a loose splash for you nincompoop, like old school
Great.
word.
Great.
But he is. He's a nincompoop. He's had a very good night, but he's playing a lot of hands. He seems to have no sense of the game. It's fish. So I open a 10, default open,
It's heaven. You got a fish with a big stack,
and we got a fish with a big stack, and
and you're deep.
I'm deep too. So
Yeah.
we're playing, I don't know, what is this? Shit ton deep. 700, about
Yeah.
350 big bonds deep.
350
So
deep.
um this is the first question. Queens.
In
Yep.
theory, you're calling.
Yep.
Yeah, given your description, I'm four betting.
You're four betting. Yeah. I think four betting is good. And I think maybe, I mean, so you're right about theory. So here's theory, right? Theory is, well, this isn't the right one. This is the right one.
I'm
Theory's
sure in
here.
theory there's a
So
little bit of
theory is
formatting. Yeah.
this is 5x open, JPV. This is precisely what I'm playing in theory.
Right.
Except no, it's not.
Yeah,
This is a
except his
bigger,
exactly.
And it's the
bigger
question
race.
is this his ace's trick to keep everybody to keep you in, or is this his my hand is a little is better than average but not good enough to go big? Which
Yeah.
The
So
real
we
question
don't
is,
know.
have you seen him? Has he three bet throughout the night? Are
I
you
had
paying attention?
no. I had been playing with. He'd been there for about 2 hours, and I had not seen him three bet. I've seen him
Then
play a
I would
lot
just
of
call.
hands, but I've not seen him three bet. So when I don't know what to do here, I fall back on theory. I think an exploit. I think Mike has a point on an exploit. An exploit would be to play a big pot in position with a very good hand against a fish.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah, but
fundamental.
not when they don't they under three bet in this spot. So I have
True.
no problem with being in position heads up because you're still. I mean, yeah, you want to play a bigger pot, but if you're in position heads up, that's okay. And they under three bet, just sizing can matter, obviously. But in this situation, if he isn't three bet at all, I would rather just make the call and then he's going to tell you everything as we move forward.
So I'm a little bit upset with myself for not four betting here, even though I fell back on theory. I knew this was a call, but I don't know what a call is against this size at the stack depth, against this three bet size, against this stack depth.
That
But
doesn't exist.
yeah, I mean,
Sure.
we'd have to run it and give him a crazy range. But so I just called, and I'm a little frustrated with. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think maybe it's okay. I'm not sure.
I'm usually
It's
super
fine.
aggressive, but I'm okay with calling here
Yeah,
just because
calling is fine.
you haven't seen him three bet,
Yeah, I
right?
haven't seen him three bet.
Right.
But I certainly would. I would if it were me, and given your description, I would four bet. But
I
yeah,
think
calling.
four bet is in the game here against this player class, and why I'm asking these questions is I am concerned. I was playing timidly after I'd had a great night. I was getting towards the end of it.
Let's see what. Well, now
And
you're
not thinking about cash poker as one long session. So
now you're not going to play too timidly.
no, I'm not.
Well,
So
Gonna play accurately, timidly.
let's hope so. So he checks. What are you guys doing?
Mostly checking.
I would check.
Yeah, I'm okay
Yeah,
checking.
I think we check on this texture. Agreed. Look at that sweet baby there, but it's quite a complicated sweet baby there.
It's a
Yeah,
complicated
that's
one.
very complicated.
Yeah, so we like the ace of spades.
Actually, it's really not.
on the
Yeah, it's not.
board.
You have
What
the,
is
you
it?
have the
Not.
best hand until he tells you you don't, and then you have outs.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you're not checking.
And
again.
now he goes this size. He overbets to 50.
Oh,
So he's telling us now all of a sudden after he checks he likes his hand a lot.
All right.
What are you doing here?
I'm gonna call. I'm not gonna raise yet. Three bet pots would play face up. He's over betting. That doesn't mean he has a flush yet, but we can get information on the river from his sizing on whether we want to raise or call.
Right. And if you raise here to
You're
get
getting
quote
called.
value from another spade, you're not going to get protection from the other spade. And so if it doesn't come, you're going to know more from his sizing, and you can bet the river. The river's never going check check unless you want it to. So that's good.
Got it. All right. So I
Yeah.
call.
Yep.
We're in agreement there. Now this is a pretty brickish river.
It's an infinitely brickish river.
So he now chooses this size. He chooses a
Uh.
B75.
I think you can raise him.
I was gonna say I'm probably gonna raise.
What
And I'm gonna
size are you going to
raise.
use?
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
raise
go.
fold.
I'm gonna raise to. I'm gonna go to 200.
You're going to
Ooh,
click it.
I'm going to 300, but okay.
You're
I
going to
go
300.
250.
Okay.
So I then fucked up because, and I think this was end of night, and I think this is an error.
You don't want to lose your stack.
Yeah, which is an error. One long session, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's obviously some really weird straights out there, right?
Yeah.
King 10. He doesn't have 10-8. He has King 10.
You said you've never seen him three bet?
And then he's got, maybe he plays aces this way. Yeah, this is really nitty.
Well, he's got all kinds of ace king.
What
ace
hand
jack
calls the
here.
ace king, ace jack, ace queen,
Yeah.
So
Well,
the issue
said-
for me here is
queen
like,
jack?
so I thought for a long time, I'm never folding.
Pocket jacks.
I'm like,
Mm.
and I my head got stuck a little bit on if he shoves, it is fucking hell, and I don't think I can call.
Are you good enough to fold? Okay, so now we ask the question: can you fold this hand? You.
The way my head went is that I can't call a shove from him, and I don't know if he's going to only shove with better. So I call, and I kind of fucked up because he
Wow.
had nines
Oh
instead of
my.
a set.
Yep. His hand now makes some sense. It's surprising that
He's going for a check raise on the flop.
Yeah.
You don't, so he overbets the turn.
Yeah.
then he gets scared.
And
He'll
then he
send
gets,
you
brings
some.
and
in
then this
literally
texture made me
everything. He
So now
gets
this
scared.
is
I don't
tough though
think
because he might jam that
You might.
your raise. He might jam on your raise if he's that as dumb as you say.
Yeah, and so this is nitty as fuck. I think this is an error.
I think so.
I think we have to do what I think we just have to do a raise fold. And sometimes
you
he's gonna
probably
raise
could
fold
have
us, mistakenly raise fold
pre.
us with a
But he
better
could've.
hand, but that's poker. I mean with a worse hand, and that's poker.
Yeah. You 4-bet pre. This probably all goes in on the flop.
I mean, you say he's
No.
loose, splashy, crazy player.
Yeah, he's very
So-
fishy. He's playing like 50% of hands.
It wouldn't go in
So
on
at
the
that
flop.
case,
He
is
check
it
raises. He
really
check raises the flop with his set.
We don't bet. We probably check behind. Well, no, you're
Oh,
probably
you're right.
we
This
probably
goes up.
do we probably do C bet this flop.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, we don't have a spade, so I could see checking behind. That's why I was kind of
Yeah.
like thinking we
Yeah,
wouldn't
we don't get the
really.
spade. Yeah, we don't get it all until the turn, and that's when both of us are afraid to get it all in. Okay.
Now, question. Let's just go back to the river. I think I'm okay with I think my flop sizing, my 5 check back is fine. I think to the over bet, I'm comfortable with the call here on this texture. I think the only place where I potentially have an error here is not value raising.
Mhm.
Now,
I take back my sizing too,
yeah,
because
I
they're not
think
going to bet thinly enough. So I think we can go bigger here
yeah, I
than what
think
I said.
300 is
Probably
the
the better
right
set.
size here.
200. If we're thinking or raise fold, 300 almost pot sticks us.
Yeah, it's kind of a
We're almost pot stuck. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
but you have
Like
to
if we
trust
go,
yourself to get away from it, even when you're in that spot.
Yeah.
That you're
yeah. I
we
still
mean,
do
the only
saving
way I'm
figure
another
making
$300. You're still saving $330 there. Like it may seem like, oh, well, I'm already in this deep. But if you're comfortable enough and you understand who you're playing against enough, which maybe we don't understand this guy well enough, that you should still be able to get away from it even when you feel pot committed.
yeah,
I'm
this is
saying
nitty.
like he's loose, splashy, super fishy. I don't know if we can raise fold here.
We have to raise call.
I might at that with that type of player, I might raise to like 350 here in this spot. And then if he still jams it, then yeah, we can I mean, I guess
I mean, how
consider
can we call this
folding, but
texture?
I don't know.
That does go
Yeah, but
against your argument. Remember, that does go against your argument you just made a second ago, Andy, about about that the 300 was too big and I
so
felt
then
pot
I
stuck.
start looking, if he is, Larry says he's loose, splashy, he's super fishy. Like I just that kind of change against a good solid player. Yeah, I'm probably looking at raising to like 250 with a raise fold. But and now the more I kind of sit here and think against a loose, splashy, fishy player that's going to rip it with ace king with the king of spades, ace jack, queen jack, pocket nines, like
Yeah, I
I
think
just don't I think
I think I was nitty as fuck here. I think this is nitty as fuck.
I
Mhm.
think so. I think a four bet pre
I was
would
really
have
upset
been.
with myself when I saw his hand and I left after the end of the orbit when I got around to my big blind.
This is
This
I'm okay with,
this felt nitty as fuck.
oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if he had bet a larger size, we wouldn't be calling you Larry the Nit.
If he bet 200, I would just call.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
YouTube,
only because he
was I
called
nitty as
it.
fuck? Am I
Yeah,
now
it's only
Larry the
because he
Nit?
bet 100 that we're going to call you Larry the Nit for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I need to raise here at the
Yeah.
end and just
Yep.
but I think okay. Do you guys have clarity about if we raise, I think the normal size would be, let's say we raise to 300 here, leaving us with 330 behind.
Mhm.
Do we have clarity about if we auto fold to a shove?
Nope.
It depends
We
on
don't
the
have
player.
clarity.
Yeah. I don't have clarity
But
right
I
now.
think that, but when you were making your decision, if you weren't able to fold to it, I think that you don't raise.
I'm going to say 90% of my player pool, I'm going to snap fold.
Yeah.
If I raise to 300 and they jam, I'm getting the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
if you look at it, if you
That
look
three
ahead,
bet on the river is
yeah, if you
even
look
a
at,
min click, taking a shot at myself. Even that min click bet three bet is
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a tough
I
one.
like a raise to like 240, 250. Because he's still, I mean, I don't
I don't
know.
like thinking about it like this. You got to think about, remember how we're trying to trust ourselves. We're better players than we are. If you're going to trust
Right.
yourself that you're a better player and then you can fold to that river jam, then you should still be going for max value here from his weaker hands that don't jam.
yep,
Yeah, I
So
mean, I
we
think
don't want to adjust our size because we're like, well, then we're in a spot, we're in a tough spot if we go to this size. We want to adjust, we want to go for what our read is. Our read is that he has ace X here. He's got, I mean, my read is
he's
he has
stronger
ace
than
X. He has
he's
turn two
stronger than I
pairs.
expected him to be.
I expect, I could have seen a lot of two pair here. I didn't,
I expected, yeah,
yeah.
I expected ace king and ace queen and ace jack here,
Yeah, I would say, yeah, but I would say
but
nines,
I
I
didn't
would let
expect the set.
nines fall directly into that territory
Yeah,
as well, though. That's
yeah,
like pretty much the same hand.
yeah.
all right. I got two more hands and I'll move on.
Okay.
And so I feel what's
Okay.
what I'm looking for. Here we
Crusty
go.
hero in the big blind.
Crusty Hero. So this is interesting. Again,
No ISO.
we're not organized at this.
Nope. That's the right play.
Oh, look at
All
that.
right.
Crusty hero or super nitty hero?
We'll see.
Well, that's why I'm trying to, I can't think of the word. I'm trying to regain my chops here with the group. So that's why I'm showing this next.
Larry, I have a hand that I think you're gonna love.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. All right.
Because you're gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with you, Brian?
So this guy's high VIP limp. I mean, he's playing like 60% of hands.
Mhm.
And he max bought in and he's been doing okay. He's having a good night. I think he won a big bomb pot. So so this gets interesting. So he chooses to overbet here. I don't think this is about relative bet size. I think this is more about
Absolutely.
absolute size. Like this is the
It's more
size that he
about
thinks he should
it's
see
more about
bet.
implied odds than it's more about implied odds than absolute. But yes, it turns out to be the same thing.
So I choose a non-theoretically sound play against this size.
You
with
check
this
raise
hand
against the big
class.
size.
Okay, so
I,
you're
I,
saying that did you mean more of that this is an absolute size that isn't big? Is that what you're saying?
I think
Yeah.
no, I think I meant that this is the size that he thinks he should see bet on flop regardless of pot size.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would check raise then. If
So
you
I'm
went to
gonna
like
check raise
20,
this
I would
guy.
call.
And he calls. And I don't know why I decided I get to do this, but decided I decided essentially his range is very, very wide. Because he's playing 60% of hands. We've filtered his range significantly here.
Let's go
Right.
to like 30 though on the
So
turn, even though it's a dumb bet.
he's gonna have lots of hearts. He's gonna have lots of diamonds in here. He's
Mhm.
gonna have some 9x. But for some reason in this hand, I didn't give a fuck. I think this is
Good.
I think my check raise is not theoretically sound. And I
It's more
think my
sound than you think. I'll show you before we go on to the next person.
say it again.
It's more sound than you think it is.
I like
Okay.
your check raise.
And once this card gets here, I don't think this is theoretically, I don't think this is a card we get to continue our aggression with.
I think you
But
just go smaller.
I went back to like origin ranges, which I don't know if it's good to do this. I went back to origin ranges, but I think saying, oh, well, he started wide. I don't think it matters anymore because we filtered his range when we took this
Yeah.
aggressive check raise against his big size. So I'm going to do D75
Mhm.
calls.
Ugh.
I kind of like this 4 because it's only one combo of this is what I was saying in game. And I just fucking go for it. And he hems and haws, looks at me, and I'm
Larry's
like
sweating. He's
I'm
got a
like
pool of sweat on his chips.
I'm like I got my suicide bluff on, dude. All you gotta do is put the chip in.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be 10-I and we get to fold.
So
mean,
he
it's
can
good
drop the super
result-wise,
knit
but
Larry, and now he's just knit Larry.
Yeah.
I would
You're
like to
not
change your turn
he's being-
sizing though.
Okay, so I think this is not a theoretically sound triple barrel.
So I want to down bet the turn and keep him wide still. And then, because if he raises, I mean, so his range here is 9x. He's got straight draws, he's got flush draws. So when we go really tiny here, we're going to try and get him to raise off all of his flushes here. So when he just calls, we now are just going to rip the river.
Yeah, we have a bigger jam on the river. Like if
Yeah,
we go to like
we
20,
have like 1.5. We got like a 1.5x pot size bet. I would go like 30 here, and then we can just rip the river, and you know he's gonna fold basically everything.
Yeah, okay. I could see using an inducing. So you want to use an inducing small size hand turn.
Yes, because I mean it's a nut changing card, and we say
It
his
is a nut
range
changing
here
card.
is a lot of straight draws, flush draws, 9x. So 9x is gonna call, which we can make fold on the river, and
Ooh,
then all
let me
that's
ask you a
all.
question. Against your pool, against the
Hmm?
very profitable pool that you play in, are they always going to raise in position on turn with their top of range? Not always. Are they high freak going to raise in position on turn with their top of range?
There's one hand that doesn't, and it's the ace X of diamonds.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
the
I'm okay with running into the one combo and getting stacked. It's okay.
yeah. So the nuts don't usually raise there, but
Yes, the
beyond that,
absolute nuts. Beyond that, I think I can get everything else to raise. And the other thing you do by going super small is even the nuts might start to raise because they're like, okay, this pot's really small. He didn't like that card, so let's build this pot up.
okay, all right. So this goes back to like default check raise sizing you see in solver. Check raise turn sizing after you take that line.
Mhm.
Kind of, kind of a little bit nutty here. I don't think this is a very. I mean, great, it worked, but I don't think this is theoretically sound. Did you
Brian,
want to
you
show
wrote,
something, Scotty?
yeah, I'm going to show something here. I want to make sure, Brian, you are, and you, when you said your thing about your turn size, you also, I missed whether you said it. You also said, and it leaves you an even chunkier bluff on the river, right?
Yeah, I want to be
Okay.
bigger. I want to
Yeah.
have more money going into that
Yep.
pot and
Yep.
river. I
Perfect.
don't even want to give them a shot to think about calling. I want them to fucking throw that hand away.
Because you make
Yeah.
it 30.
They got it's like 130 in the pot. You got like 230 behind, so you're like 1.7 or
Yep.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit chunk heavier
Almost
overbet. But
2x.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 2x on the river. And technically your line made you more money, but I would prefer the other line just because I can force out. And I when I go bigger on when you go bigger on the turn, you do filter some more strong hands. So I wouldn't love ripping it there.
Yep. So, one other thing in favor of your line, not the size. It's a different question about that, which is simply you check raised with a draw. When you check raise with a draw, you can give yourself all the logical draws. When you check raise with a flush draw, you
Yeah.
also have a straight draw. When you check raise with a straight draw, you also have a flush draw. When the straight draw comes in and you make it, that's your value hand. When the straight draw comes in and you are on your flush draw, that's your bluff.
Got
So
it.
your range acts very nicely and brings you to the river with a nice balance of value and bluffs when
Buff balance.
either of them completes. No, no, different thing here. This is a different thing. If your line gets you to the river where where you end up where you only have nuts there, then you're not taking advantage of enough things. When your line gets you there and you have way too many bluffs, you're going to be finding yourself having to shoot your way out more often than you want to. That's what I mean about balance.
Can you give the flop? Can you make this flop 7-9-4 rainbow?
No, no, I'm doing something different.
Are you doing something different? All right.
Yeah, I'm not, we can do your hand in a second.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
showing,
sorry.
I want to show you the thing about when he did the bet and you thought my check raise is less theoretically sound because we check raise less against the larger size,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That basic rule. I just wanted to show you something that would amuse you. Here
Okay,
are two
I'm
flops
listening.
that, here are two flops that violate it. So, our hand is
Okay,
going to be 6-3 of hearts, by the way, not that it matters, but we
all
have
right.
6-3 of hearts. We check the 6-3 of hearts. He bets 1.4, and of course we don't fold the 6-3 of hearts ever, right? Because we've got, we've got a gut shot.
and a backdoor
Uh,
flush
right.
and an
So look
over
at
to second pair.
right, exactly. So look at our so 60% of the time we call, and 37, 59% we call here. Now let's go to he bets a bigger size. So we expect to call more and check raise less. So 59, 50, we were on the 54. He goes to 33, and that same 6-3 suited. Now it does, well, hold on, don't tell me this. Hold on for a second. If this is not, doesn't go, we have 6-3, sorry, we have, yeah, 6-3 suited. Okay. We're going to look at the overall 6-3 suited. The thing is it violates it. And now I'm going to look. He bets 33. Let me get him all the way up to he bets pot and see if that's where it comes in. He bets 5.5 instead. And our 6-3. Yeah, our 6-3 raises more often against the larger size. That's what's funny.
Hmm.
I'll show it to you again, and I'm going to show it to you in two different flops that this happens.
Well,
So
he's
against,
polar there, that's why.
yep, yeah, against 1.4, our check raise. Yeah, if you look at the 6-3 of spades, for example, 6-3 of spades calls all the time against 1.4. Against 3.3, the 6-3 of spades bets way more. And against the 5.5, the 6-3 of spades loses its shit and goes a little folded. Now, uh, same pattern. And then the other 6-3s, let's just see the ones that have backdoors, how they
Can we look
act.
at that? What our range is doing? So our range at small bet is 18%. Three
Yep.
betting, right?
Three
Our
bets of
range
18%
at the half pot is 14, and then what's
It
our
goes
range
down.
at big bet?
goes down, but this
Okay.
hand does the
But this
opposite.
hand has got special qualities, yeah.
Right.
For whatever
This
reason.
gut shot has special properties. And
Well, it's
now
also blocking 7-6, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that matters.
here's another example. 9-8-3, more similar to your board, and then we'll do your board.
Sure.
So we check here. He bets 1.5. Our hand, the reason our hand in this case is going to be the ace-3 suited is the one that acts weird here. Yeah, ace-3 suited. So ace-3 suited, pure call. Bottom pair, easy,
Yeah.
right? Bottom
Yeah.
pair, and with the hearts and the spades, it makes even more sense to continue. But the diamonds still continue, right? Against 1.3, against 3.3, ace-3. Now the diamonds start raising if they don't have a backdoor.
Yeah.
Turn into more of a bluff. And against 5.5, everybody is raising.
Got it. Now let me throw some, to use a British term, let me throw a spanner in the works here.
Yes, throw a spanner in the works.
I wonder in solver if we see this increase in check raise because the solver theoretically should have more bluffs at a larger bet size.
He's more polar.
He's more polar. Exactly.
But here we are responding to polar aggression with polar aggression, which is usually not the case.
That's true.
But with these bluffs. And look at the overall frequency in this one. We're calling 58% against the 1.4, 44% against, and then the folds come in more. Okay, but we'll do all the raises together. So 20% raising in the two sizes against 1.4, 14% raising against the two sizes for 3.3, and slight in a different set of it, but smaller sizes there. So yeah, so the 9.4 raise increases, but that's because the 22 raise goes down. That's why. Okay, so there. Now let's do your hand and see how crazy it was.
All right, sure.
It was multi-way.
I don't
It
know.
was
We're gonna
limped.
have it, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, a million things are wrong, but you wanted to see how it acts after the flop.
7 of heart. Unless it's, I can look at it on my own.
No,
Are
we'll
you
just do
guys
it.
curious?
Yeah, put it in, and then we'll go.
All right. 7 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds.
All right, there we go. All right, you're in the big blind. We're assuming that he raised from what
Well, let's
position?
put him
Forgive me.
later, so we'll have more 10. We'll have 10-8 off a little bit more.
All right, there we go. Let's put him right there on the button. That's the one because we got to be out of position.
Yeah.
Okay, so we call. Here we go, and now I do it again. 7
Sure.
hearts, 9 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds.
Yes.
Okay, we check range. His bet size was
Big.
right?
A pot or over whatever the
Pot,
biggest
but let's
size
take a
they'll
look at what
allow.
pot size is. So we'll
Yeah,
call it
5.5.
5.5 because that gets us, the pot size. So he bets 5. And
Yeah,
our
we don't
10
have
8,
10-8, but we have 10-8
our 10 8
suited.
suited, none of them fold.
That's 10-9, 10-8.
Oh, here we go. I got to move you. I got to move you guys out of the way because I
Sorry.
I can't see the thing. There we go. So 10 8 suited
So we're only doing it with the combo though.
with the combo. Yeah, with the combo.
Got
draw.
slivers. Okay, let's take our sliver. So we go
Take our
to
sliver. We raised to the most
we did
common size
essentially a
is
3x. So let's make it 13.8, I guess.
13. We raise. The turn is the queen of diamonds.
He calls,
He calls.
and good memory. I didn't even remember queen of diamonds.
There we go.
Now, do we
now-
continue the subterfuge?
10
We
8.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what size is it like? It looks like it likes
Small.
pots at
8.3.
B33. It likes the
betting
customary
small.
B75.
No, it's got
He's
8.3.
It's
66.
betting 8.3 into 32.
8.3 into 32.
Well, I see that it's betting
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
the 10, but that's the diamonds.
19.9 at 56%.
That's the diamonds.
that's
right?
when you made it.
That's the diamonds. The diamonds are a flush.
Oh, the diamonds made it. Oh, you're right. I'm freaking out.
Made it.
Yeah, it likes a smaller bet. Okay.
Yeah. So it likes the smaller bet.
All right, but let's give it the bigger bet because that's what
Okay,
I
let's do
used
it
it.
that
It looks
way.
like
Okay,
it
we'll go
uses
back
its
here.
slivers.
Okay, back to here. Sorry, queen of diamonds. We bet. We didn't
19.9.
overbet the
Yeah,
pot.
we use essentially. Yeah, I use a B75, so B60.
19.
And
He calls
then
it, he's
we
filtered.
get the repeat 4
clubs.
of offsuit of
I bet it's clubs.
4 of clubs. Yeah.
4 clubs. And the 10-8 suited
Yeah, give up.
gives up. Even the diamonds give up because they have because of the full housing and
Yeah, because now it's
nut
flush.
flush.
Just not
Stevens,
good
you called
enough.
the big bet.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
I suicide
But if you
bluffed it.
take
Good, good
if you
on you.
take Brian's size on the turn, 8.3, and now he's wider and he calls and we get the 4 of clubs. Now the 10-8
Rips it.
does not back off.
Oh, it doesn't rip it though. It
It
goes.
uses a block sizing.
I'd rip it.
Blocks. That's weird. Yeah, block. Now let's see how often it gets to here with that. Yo, it does it. It has a meaningful sliver. Yeah, everybody blocks.
Uses a block. It yeah, on this locked up equity pairing border now uses a block size.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I got one more hand and I'll pass it on to someone else.
Sounds good.
Let me see. That was this one. And okay. I don't remember this as much. Ace King.
We like ace king. It's a
We
drawing
like
hand.
Ace King. We're pretty deep, I think. The straddle's on, so we're
Yeah.
about 120 big blinds deep in
Mhm.
theory.
Yeah.
So we go to 15. I think that's an okay size there.
Against your
Like,
pool, it is. That's for
yeah.
sure.
So we get, doesn't matter. We still get 2 calls.
Yep.
Straddle folds. You like this flop.
Yep.
So this guy, both these guys are unknowns. The villain of interest is big blind. He just was talking a lot.
Mhm.
I was on the other side. I didn't listen to, I couldn't hear what he says, frankly, that much because I was on the other side of the table, but he was talking a lot. They check. What are you guys doing?
20.
20? I think 20's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
In fact, I like it. I think it's so fun. I use that size. We get a call.
Okay.
This brings in, he's got to have 7, 8. He might have it some, but he's got to, yeah. So he got 7, 8. He's got some other, what else does he have here? So he's got draws maybe around, well, there's one of the draws. He's got some 9x. He's got some worse king X. I know that's,
Got the
Solver
queen,
likes
jack,
to,
king, queen, queen, jack. He's got some of that.
yeah. Solver likes to big bet a lot here with ace king because it wants to extract value from the lesser king X.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the lesson I have here is that solver uses big sizing because it gets to because there's a lot of king X, especially from big blind that is going to call bet down and we're going to extract value from.
Yep.
There's
I'm
a
betting
lesson I take from
90.
solver here, and I think that probably applies to humans.
Yep. I'm betting a minimum of 90 here.
I think you have some inelastic hands here for sure.
Yeah, so I think I should have used a bigger size here.
Yeah.
What is his range made up of? King X, pair plus straight draw, straight draw, like gut shots. Gut shots aren't going to call a lot, so let's target pair plus straight draw and King X and just go big.
So this might
plus
be a
straight draw is
theory
only on the
fail.
nose,
I
right?
was like
King-
thinking that we
king eight.
downsize here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you need to apply theory here, frankly. I think this may be an error. But the way I'm looking at this is that we now have locked up equity.
Yeah.
Around 7, 8. And I think we downsize when there's locked up equity. He does have some 8, 7. I don't think that falls under monsters under the bed. I think that often we're going to downsize when locked up equity comes on turn. So we down bet. I don't know if it's really down bet.
I don't.
He has some
want-
8-7, but he's got
This
way
is
more of
down bet.
everything
It's
else.
just it's just a
Yeah,
B50.
Yeah.
So okay, and then he calls. He does not check raise. I think that's an indicator or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to, I think, strip him from the very top of his range. Like he has less sets now. He has less turn not 8, 7. He's on draws, maybe around the king nine. He's got a lot of lesser king X. You like that he didn't check raise.
Yeah, that's one of the cards we weren't. The cards that we weren't going to comfortable continuing on were a 7, an 8, and a 9.
I'm
Yes.
still betting.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's
Yeah, this is not an
let's
ideal
see what he
card for
does.
us. This is far from prickish. He has
No,
some
it's
9x
not
that's
prick at all.
sticky here, especially 9x around like 7, 9,
8,
9,
9,
8
7, 9.
are in there at
And
time.
especially a 9 that only had to call 40 on the turn.
Yeah,
Even-
exactly. I kept his range wide. You're right. But I think we have to value bet here.
Yes.
If he checks to us,
And he checks.
but if he bets out, we're never raising.
Agreed.
Okay.
So
Check
we got
King X.
169. What size are we going to value bet him?
Let's target his King X. Let's go for like 225.
Oh God.
If we bet 225,
No, I was thinking more like 50% pot.
yeah,
They're gonna get
225
sticky
is.
with. They're
I
gonna
mean,
lead a lot of 9x. They're gonna. I mean, I don't know a specific player, but a lot of the players in the pool are gonna lead a lot of 9x. Their King X isn't gonna fold. It's not gonna love the fold because they get more sticky on the paired board here. It looks like they have two very strong two pair now. So I mean, I think we can go big and attack a 9 or
all right. So I
attack a
think.
king.
Okay, so I think your pool, you're right, because I think your pool is playing a little bit more face up here, and they're just going to dunk the no mix.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Right.
Go ahead. What do you got, Scotty?
I was going to say I agreed with all of Brian's logic, and I came to the number, 170, 150 to 180, and he came to 225 with the same argument. And Mike came to half pot. And Mike, do you believe the same argument though? We're targeting
Um,
his King X.
Yeah, maybe against a certain pop,
Yeah,
like Brian was saying, he did kind of qualify it. Like his pool would call,
yeah,
their naked king X's here a lot more than I think my pool would. So yeah, I definitely like that argument to it.
yeah.
Which yeah, I said 50 was just sort of my would be sort of like my default size, or 60 would be my default size, my 60% bet. Um,
A B60?
yeah, like a B60, which I
So it's
said
like
80. So
like
80
80,
to
yeah,
100 would be
$80.
sort of my range.
Yeah.
But if this player thinks you think that they will just call all of their naked king X here and not donk their nines, absolutely go bigger.
Yeah. So
And will donk their 9s, right?
Right. And
As-
I did choose a
are
big
we
size
planning
here.
on fold? Are we before we put in the size, before we decide on our size, are we planning on folding to the very rare check raise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're planning on, okay. Now, can you fold with can you go put in 225 and fold with just and fold with 150 back?
I can.
Uh,
I've learned how to do it recently.
Okay. Then you get to bet 225. Larry, can you fold if you put in 225?
it gets very hard to fold to
Okay. Then you don't get to put in 225.
25,
What number,
150
what
back.
number can
Yeah,
you put?
that's really hard.
Yeah. What number can you put in and fold?
This number.
Okay. Then that's a good number. Then that's a good
But
number.
I think this is an acceptable value bet
Mhm.
size.
Yeah.
I think I like your bigger size. I think I like it against your pool, Brian, where they're stripped of the very top of range because it's going to dunk at some frequency on river.
If I was out of
Uh,
position, I would go small here.
Yeah, and position allows us to use a bigger size.
Yep.
And we get the click, and I'm like, all
Fold,
right.
fold, fold.
Yeah, just-
Throw it away.
So nice answer. Probably 9x.
Probably 9x.
There are
Brian, you
like
guess.
4 players that I've identified now that will slow play strong hands out of position. So against them, I would play differently. Against the
Are
pool,
you've got
they're
how big is your pool? Like 100 people or 50 people or 20 people?
it's probably 200.
Have you thought about starting a running player dossier on your phone?
Oh, I remember them.
That's
I
awesome,
don't have
dude.
it written down. I just remember what they do. Like I know
I've
their tendencies
I've
pretty
got
well.
you probably don't need it, but I've got a dossier. I've started a dossier for this new place. It
Yeah,
helps me. I think I don't look at it that much, but it helps me write it down because then I remember it more.
I mean, the way I know people is based off of the way they play. So I'm like, oh, this is the guy that plays any two cards and
Yeah, I mean,
plays
I've got a
like this.
description of the guy. Like, I don't know everybody's name. I got a description of the guy, and then I've got some notes on anything I think of note. So, all
There's a
right,
guy
that's it
named,
for me,
I call
guys.
him
Okay.
Rubik's Cube, and
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube will slow play his strong hands. So I have a little bit more.
Gotcha.
You
So
might want to try just writing it down in the dossier just to see if that allows you to retain more.
Okay,
It
I'll
really
give it a
helps me.
shot.
It really helps me. All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
okay, I got a
Gentlemen,
question for Brian.
Yeah.
So assuming that, so leave this share on for 10 more seconds here, Larry. So
sure.
if you're playing against Rubik's Cube in the big, if you're playing against Rubik's Cube in the big blind, what are you doing on the river?
I'm in the big blind,
You're no,
or
you've got the
he's in
ace
the big
king.
blind.
He's in the big blind. It's Rubik's Cube
What was
and
pot?
the nine clubs.
170?
Yeah,
Pot was 170.
yeah.
So against Rubik's Cube now, it would be adjusted because all right, we won't even go that deep
You would
because
have
let's
bet
just say
you
I
would have
went
bet the
40.
you
Yeah.
would bet the flop bigger, but yeah.
No,
I
I
mean, you
would
would
bet
bet
the
the
turn
turn
bigger.
bigger.
But
You would bet the turn
yeah.
bigger.
But let's say we're at 170
Yeah.
against Rubik's Cube. I'm gonna go I'm only gonna go 100
Okay. And then you're going to fold to his raise.
because he's actually it's funny the better players actually play on the weekends, like
Mhm.
Friday and Saturday, which is surprising.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones I would identify as a better player, and that is capable of folding a king 10 or a king 8 or some shit like that. So I wouldn't think I wouldn't be able to target that for a massive value, and that and then I would know that when he raises me, I'm just not in a good spot.
What
100 is great.
why do you think the better players play on the weekend? Do you think there's small sample size, or do you think there's a reason for it?
I couldn't tell you. So, like, the only people I have run into that I've identified as good players are players that I've only seen on the weekend, and they're not even good. I wouldn't say good, but like they're decent. They're better than than most of the pool, or at least they don't have the exact same tendencies and plays face up as the rest of the pool.
They're
Interesting.
just
I wonder why.
they got
I think they
jobby
just
jobs.
work.
They're not playing
Yeah.
full time, so they're playing on weekends when they know the games are softer.
Well, yeah, I know, and Rubik's Cube is a data analyst or
Yeah.
whatever. So he's working most of the time, but he's obviously a decently intelligent guy. When he literally sits there and does like there's giant Rubik's cubes at the table while we play. That's
Mhm.
why I call him Rubik's Cube. So he's doing crazy shit while he's playing. He's definitely not a stupid guy. You talk to him, you can tell he's an intelligent guy. He's just, and has a decent idea what to do, but he still has tons of holes in his game.
Right.
Like, I ISO the shit out of him all the time because I'm fine with playing against him heads up.
I can
But
do. Speaking
I
of
have a,
next, Mike, I got two hands that will be quick. One
Okay.
is just a weird hand, and the other one is you. Well, you guys will see when we get to the second hand.
Sounds good. Let's do those next.
All
I have a
right,
fun one I want to do before we end.
Oh, we'll
I will
absolutely.
grab the string.
We'll go.
All right.
You'll go after me.
Okay.
Gents, thanks for
So
the hands, by the way.
Thank you.
this
Nicely
was
played,
just a
Krusty.
strange hand. Um. So, oh shoot. All right. So we
Yeah.
have a limp. Which I don't have
A
a
light
huge history.
ISO.
I mean, it's
No,
yeah,
that
it's a
would be a
light
good
ISO,
ISO.
It
but
is a light ISO.
Yeah. No, that'd be a good ISO. I would totally ISO this.
Sure.
Oh,
and
I
this is an
would. I
open
would.
at six max. This is a standard open at six max. So
Yeah,
I don't
from
hate the ISO, but yeah,
No.
going to 4.5, it's probably on the light side. And then we get this action.
Okay.
We get not a terrible flop, not great.
No.
Check, check, check. So it goes kind of
Sure.
small, a little bit more than B30. Oh, B33.
Yeah.
just a real quick, Queen Jack offsuit is not a pure open from low Jack.
He's
in
not low
hijack,
jack.
though.
He's high
He's
jack.
in the hijack.
Yes, I
He's
know,
high
but I'm
jack.
saying I adjust based on if there's a limp from the low Jack, I'm gonna play my hijack range. Or if there's a limp from the low jack, I'm playing my low jack range.
Gotcha.
Then
Is that because you're going back
Understood.
one, or is that because he's in the low jack? Like if he limped from low jack -1, would you play a low jack -1 range?
yeah, I just adjust by how many limpers there are. So if it limped all the way to me on the button, I'm gonna play my low jack range is what I'm gonna isolate with.
Okay.
My
I don't know if
ISO
that's the best
ranges
adjustment. It's just
are kind of somewhat player dependent. Obviously, a bunch of limpers, I'm going to ISO a lot
Mhm.
tight, a little bit tighter, but against one limper that is just,
This
I
is
mean,
the bottom of your ISO range. Perfectly
yeah,
fine bottom of the ISO range.
we're at the
And now
bottom.
you're
But
done with
anyways,
the
so
hand.
I go B33. I actually a little bit bigger than B33.
Yep.
I get 2 callers.
Yep.
Okay, I don't love it, don't hate it.
Yep. If you don't improve I don't think you bet the turn.
Mhm.
This happens.
what the
Oh,
fuck?
now you just
Fold.
fold.
Donk jams for 2x pot.
Yeah. If he's
It was
bluffing, he gets
weird.
the bluff. Your hand, yeah.
Yeah.
You're at the bottom of the
And
range. This is easy.
me being me, I
You
folded.
call. Oh shit.
Good.
No, but I sat there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what
Did you
the
think
fuck
about, hey, I
is
have to take this to the study group if I call, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
a little bit? No, but I was like, does he have something like Queen 10 of clubs? Like, does he have now
Good.
some sort of combo draw? Like, the
Good.
problem is like I have this much history on this guy.
I think this is more of I have strong hand. Flush draw came in. I don't want anybody to outdraw me.
Yeah. And you might
Probably.
and with 3 callers, you're check and that this hand is
Now,
going to go check, check, check on the turn a lot. Because you were. If it went check, check to you, were you going to bet this turn?
hmm, I was probably gonna fire another small bet. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I might have gone like another B33 and see what happens.
So before we move to the next hand, that's my question to the group. If you take exactly this line, and this line is sensible, and you get this turn, and it goes check, check to you, who's checking, who's betting, and how much?
Just think about this overall. I don't think I want to play for stacks.
I would have checked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would probably check here and say this is now a two-street hand
Yeah.
if when I get
And
called in
two
two
streets are
spots.
flopping river, not flopping.
Actually, I mean, maybe I go maybe I check back and then bluff catch river.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
So with that, if he's got a good hand, that beats just a jack, he's afraid it's going to go check, check, check with a flush draw out there. So he decides to put money in, and he puts all the money in going, well,
No, hypothetical.
let's,
I
or
bet flop. This guy calls, he folds, he checks turn. Are we still considering
I
checking
bet.
back turn or
No, I'm
nah,
gonna
that's
bet
different.
now.
That's different. One player.
yes?
Now I'm gonna bet.
Yeah. But but it's even more so if the last play. So I think
Yeah,
that villain two's call is stronger than villain's three call if there's a single call. You got to
true.
respect villain two's calling him calling with 2 players behind him is a little stronger. But
Yeah, I would still bet against film two, but I'm gonna bet more against film three.
yeah, more often. Okay. So good enough. Next hand.
All right. As soon as I click this, you guys are gonna laugh. This one was a shout out. I literally I think before I even had any action, I clicked save to my share to study group folder.
Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay. Here we go. The Brian special. 5-3 suited on the button. The
You
Brian.
better win this fucking hand. That's all that matters
So
is you win.
I think I yelled out loud, "This is for Brian," and then I raised.
All right, let's see it.
All that matters is you win. You find a way to win.
Poker Stars found me a way to win.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there it is. That helps too.
It does.
See, it's never this easy for me. I have to figure it out.
Yeah. All right.
It didn't stay easy. You'll see. So I go B66 and get this.
Okay.
Bizarre.
right.
Huh. Interesting.
We just
I'm
call.
four betting him.
We just call. What do we?
Oh, you are.
God.
You're four betting him. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
You're 3 betting.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
went bet
calling
3
him.
bet.
I'm just calling there, but okay.
Why did you do that though?
Um,
Me has trips.
because
I hope it's more than
so
me has trips. I want to know like
it is more. So this guy, he and granted, like he check raises a lot of draws. He gets super aggressive. He will. I've seen him fair share of time. Like I've seen him check raise stuff that and or raise in position like when the board pairs with nothing.
that's perfect then. We
Um
don't want to race.
Do you
No,
have
no.
easy access to show us what his checklist frequency is? I'm just curious where.
We're in
turn
position
check
when we do
raise
this.
is 4.
Ah, that's in the session though. That's just in the session because
No,
you got 1,000 hands
this
on
is
him.
lifetime.
So if he check raises a queen here, I mean, I'm personally running if I have a queen right now.
Can you link? Can you? It doesn't look like he check raises that much.
So this note was probably kind of he was check raising a lot. But and this is a turn check raise.
Turn check
Um,
raises are supposed to be stronger, but okay.
yeah, seen him raise and check raise when a board pairs a lot without having trips. I mean I've seen it. I've
Okay.
got enough hands on the guy. He's
But
just
that's exactly why we just call.
Yep.
We're in position too.
right. There's really not many draws. Should have just been a call.
Yeah.
Um,
We just
I'm
call.
just
I mean, if he is wildly aggressive with check raises, then I
Yeah,
mean
you
we're in
might be draw.
position. We can let him throw another bet in on the river.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a very. If his check raise on 3 streets is 4%, but that's not a big check raise. Right? So I think calling is better.
Okay. So anyways, but you do the 3-bet. Let's see what happens. He folds. Yes. Of course he
So
folds.
go to the. Can we see his cards?
no. This is Poker
Okay.
Stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get to see whole cards.
That's a special ignition magic quality.
Yeah, because Poker Stars isn't random.
Yeah.
It's not anonymous.
Yeah.
Which is how I get these huge, 2,000 hands,
Yeah.
1,000 hands, 1,000 hands, 1,000 hands.
So what we're saying
Um,
is that the one with the eye in it is the best site of all time.
What we're saying
For
is thank you
training.
to Scotty and
It may not
Mike
be
for
the best
playing.
money site, but it's the best site for it
I'm
is the
just
best site
kidding.
for it is the absolute best site for having these sessions.
Yeah, shout out to Scotty and Mike for bringing us hands
Yeah.
up, cards up, hand history.
All right. And
You know,
Sam,
you-
I put your hand into a replayer, so we're gonna do your hand once we're done here. Okay.
Jesus,
I
will you start putting my hands into replay for me?
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Scotty.
Oh,
for
nice.
me too.
we talked about it for a while. All right, so here we go. Here's Sam. It's only one Sam hand.
All right.
Where's the Sam hand? Oh, hold on. I gotta find it in the other place where it was. Open recent, doing now.
Sam, you got special
There
treatment.
it
It's
is.
supposed to be a very, very good hand.
Uh-oh.
It is a funny hand.
It is,
Okay.
but where did I? Uh-oh.
Do we get
Okay.
do we get to look at aces? I want to look at aces.
No, it's not aces, and it's a good hand, and unfortunately, I didn't say. Okay, let's see if I can get there this way.
But
you
Andy
talking
had
about?
aces.
It
She was
is
about to show
aces.
us, right?
It is aces. It's
saw
exactly
that
aces.
Ace's hand the other day.
Andy,
is
weren't you about
aces.
to show us an aces hand?
The
For the only two hands, you saw that Ace's hand the other day. That
All
was
right, never
where
mind.
I
Sorry.
flopped Aces full, and the dude lost his mind against me.
Yeah.
All right, I had a lot of
Okay.
coffee. Sorry.
So here we go. We want to find. You guys got to get out of the way. Okay. So my poker coaching player review. Is there a place in this database? Because I didn't save the.
Oh no,
places
you
once I
got it.
did.
You could look at your history. You might have it in your
That's where I got to look at history. Okay.
browser
Or-
history, but then you want us not share and let us all see your browser history.
Are you
what are you
asking
looking
me?
at, Scotty?
Oh, look at that browser history. Yes, let's do it that way. That's
Yeah,
how
but
we'll
you
get it.
don't want to show this to us.
I
Why
don't
don't you?
care.
You should stop sharing.
You want to know what you want to see my browser history?
Not
It's
so
all
I
much.
see a
poker.
lot. I see a
No,
lot
let's
of
just get to
porn
the
here.
hand.
It's poker and
I
politics.
mean,
It's all the
everybody
same
knows
thing.
how to use incognito mode these days.
Exactly.
So browser histories aren't really, they're not
There
as
we
good
go.
as they used to be.
All right,
Okay,
it's gonna be one of
so
these.
it's gonna be one of
yeah.
these. It's gonna be one of these because I put it in recently. I didn't do anything else
So
recently.
probably not all the way back to the 16th, I would think.
Oh no, it's gonna be. You're right. It's gonna be there. One of these. Open up all 4 of these. Okay, let's find aces. King Jack. That's my wife's. Ace 4. Aces. No, damn it. One more try, and then we give up. All
Are
right.
you looking for my hand?
Yeah.
I mean,
put
I
your.
could just read it to you.
I don't want to read it to you. It was
Look,
for showing it.
there's some above you that are last visited today. It's probably one of those.
Okay. Let's
So
see.
that's the first 4 in your browser history are last visited today.
Oh no, these
Oh,
are
but
the
those
ones
are
we
just
just
the
opened.
ones we went to. Never
These are the
mind.
ones we just opened. All right. So one more
Well,
time.
So
and
it's
then
got to be one with the
I'm going to give up.
unique
Yeah, I'm going to give
URL.
up. There we go. King. That was setting up. All right. We're done. Back to it is Brian is next. I will stop sharing and
We're
maybe I'll.
gonna do the fun one first.
All right.
Brian, is this from this weekend?
Yes, this is Saturday.
Did you have a good
This
weekend
was
overall?
Friday was okay. I played really well and lost money, which was fine because I would have lost a lot more money if I didn't play as well as I did. And then Saturday we made money, so not a big deal. Um, can you guys see? Got
Yeah.
nines under the gun. This guy, I've played with him a couple times. Seems like a better player. He's capable of folding strong hands, and three betting wider than the average at the table. So he is a better player, plays more aggressive usually. So he's going to play his strong hands very aggressively. That's what I do know. And he's capable of bluffing. So he three bets me from here. I'm just going to call. I'm still better than him, and I will beat him if I find the opportunity to, or if I flop a set. So we get this board. It is very good for his range, and I think he's going to be c-betting this board every single time, which he does. So I'm not going anywhere yet.
What size did he use? He used a B30?
Yep, B30.
All right.
Oh, no, it's a half pot, half pot.
Half pot. Okay.
So I'm just gonna call here,
I think you're
and
already a little bit
Yeah.
loose.
I'm going to be a little critical, Brian, but a little critical pre-flop too. I mean, yes, we can call. It's not a mandatory call though. You're super early positions here. Nines are just not going to do great. You basically have to flop a set. And yes, there's opportunities where you can, outplay him, so to speak. And now we get this flop, which is terrible for you. Anyway, yeah. So continue.
I agree.
you're not
It's
wrong.
early versus early, and they see
He's gonna
bet
have a
on this
strong
board.
range.
Yeah,
You're
and they
not
see
wrong.
bet on this board. I'm just folding right away.
Now your stack depth is pretty deep, which I think allows you to set mine more, but playing 1-2, right? No straddle?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so
No straddle in this hand.
I think at 200 big blinds you can set mine here, but
So okay, so and I think y'all are making valid points.
yeah,
Maybe I like bluffing way too much. So I
better than
I
the
check
alternative.
I check and he checks back.
Interesting.
So I think he has everything still when he checks here. I don't think that I mean he can have King X still. I think some of his King X is gonna slow down on the Queen. And then I think he can have things like Jacks, tens, um, I don't maybe aces still as possible. I mean that people just kind of get scared on these type of boards in a three bet pot when a queen pairs and I call in general. So I check to him, he checks it back.
You
So
know what a really good player is going to do here?
what?
They're going to check back up boat.
They might. It's possible, but
It's
I
very
don't
hard
think
to have
he
a
is.
boat,
I
but
think he's an aggressive player as well, though. He's an aggressive player that's gonna bet his strong hands from what I've seen. I played with him
okay.
probably 4 or 5 times. So I think that he has now become capped. Not 100%, but I'm pretty confident. So I think that I can check here on this river. I have showdown value, but if he comes out and bets, I don't think I have showdown value. Is basically where I'm at.
Yep.
So I
That's the kind
check.
of hand. That's the exact
Hey,
kind of hand you can turn into a bluff. You just have
just
to
so you
trust
know,
hold a
this
king.
hand, I have a hand similar like this, and I am the three better,
Mhm.
and you did the right thing on the river. The villain on my hand, I check back the turn because I suspect he is an aggressive player. because I've seen him play before, and he
Hmm.
bluffed with nines using a big
Yes.
sizing. So you play better than him. I'll show that hand later.
So we check here,
Yeah,
and now he bets 80. And I've seen him play. I think this is just solely King X.
or
And
aces.
King X and aces, I think. And I also know he's very capable of folding strong hands. So I jam here. And
I don't hate it.
he face up folds a king.
I
And
don't
I
hate
was
He
it.
like,
shows you a
oh
king.
babe. Yeah, and he throws it in the muck. And I was like,
It's like
oh,
he turned over one king and then turned it back over and threw it in the muck.
he threw them both, flipped it over and threw them in the muck. And just a king though. I don't know what he had
So,
exactly.
this is pretty gangster, and I wish I had the balls to do it because I don't.
This is the hand that I thought you would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No,
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 I
no,
mean, I
no.
admire this, but
I
I wouldn't find it. But you're claiming a very, very narrow range here.
See, the other thing that I do have in my favor is that this guy doesn't like me, number one. And he also always says I'm too tight, I don't bluff, I always have it. So
yeah.
I was like,
He
what
says that to
person?
you.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's never said that directly to me, but I played a hand where I check raised as a bluff at one point. I think I had like a gutter and a backdoor
And he said you're
flush
never
draw.
bluffing or something.
And I did it to some other guy, and he was like, I don't. The guy was like, I don't know if I should fold, and flips over top pair and folds. And the guy was like, oh, he probably has the nuts there. He's always got it. He's not playing anything other than that. So I was like, if there's anybody I'm gonna do this to, it's absolutely this guy. This guy thinks that
This
I'm
is
just
fucking gangster, man.
yeah.
It is
Well, I thought
gangster.
I think I had absolute like I know that I just
Yeah, but
I don't
you
think
said
he
the two
ever
most
takes this.
important things. You said he's capped at a king, and I believe he can fold top
Yeah.
pair because that second part of the sentence is critical.
Yes, and I've made that into a
Yeah,
thing is that like Hungry Horse always talks about like making people top pair and he also talks about like you're gonna have to prove that you're a good player to me. And so I do kind of the opposite is that like yeah, you have to prove you're a good player before I'll start to give you some respect, but you have to prove you're capable of folding top pair before I start trying to force people off of top pair.
He
yeah.
also does talk
Because
about using this kind of marginal hand class as a bluff when they take this
Yeah.
sizing. I mean, so his sizing was like a B60, B70.
yeah, about that. I
Yeah,
think
this
it's
is
70. I just don't think he does this top of range here.
Yeah.
Like
so
absolute strongest hands.
your read, because I don't find this, so I just wanted to check this if everybody's okay with that for a second. So
So
your
let's
read is coming from check turn.
check turn. I don't think he's ever if he bet his queen X on the flop. So I think
And
his range
sizing
now
up.
become yeah. So like we go on the flop. So if we go on the flop, I think he has air still after he does this. I think
So
he
he
still has
bets
like eight.
range on this texture. That makes sense.
Yes, and then when I check here, I'm like I think I still have showdown value technically, but I'm losing to Jackson tens that would probably bet the flop and then check to turn. So when he checks here, I'm confident that he's just never checking a queen here, and he's never checking a queen here.
All right. So now let me just go through your headspace because I'm curious how you come up with this book. I mean, it makes sense. So now you're a thick. So show us the river. Check. And then our river is
It's a blank.
a
I
total
it might
blank.
not be that exact card, but it was a blank.
Okay. And then here you're thinking about the river. And are you deciding on if you're going to check, shove, fluff, depending on sizing he uses?
So here, this is what's going through my head. What happens if I bet here? He just calls with all of his showdown value that's going to beat me. So shouldn't have anything that calls that
Also,
loses
you
to
have
me.
very marginal showdown. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then when I check here, I think that his king X comes out and bets. Some of his ace X that doesn't have anything, his aces come out and bet all those things. And then he's going to tell me with his sizing as well. So, like, if he, for whatever reason, I'm pretty confident he doesn't check a queen, but if he does check a queen on that turn and then comes out on this river, I think he's going like 150 at
So
least.
you're quote unquote listening to his sizing here when you are making the decision if you're going to check, shove, fluff.
Yeah, if it went check, I would have been fine with that. And sometimes I lose the tens and jacks and stuff like that. But I also think this guy's he's gonna turn his missed draws and stuff like that into a bluff, which is okay. But he also is gonna have showdown that bets here often as well.
One more
So
question. Did you have in your head before you checked a percentage bet size against pot in which you were going to make this play?
if he went less than 100, I was going to jam
Got it. Okay.
because
Thanks.
100 becomes significant, and once he puts 100 out, that's when I'm pretty confident that it can be still some queen X, but I still think even if he bet 100, I think I might have still ran this because I still think that queen X, one, I don't think queen X checks the turn,
Yeah.
but I also think that if it does, in the rare case that it does, it's going to go bigger on the river.
I like it. So here's my thought. Let's say I just don't think they would check if they three bet here and hit a ace queen on the turn. I think they're just gonna continue betting. So I think his
Exactly.
checking range on the river, on the turn, is he's either getting tricky with a boat or quads. So
That's
that's
true.
four. Yeah, that's four combos. Or he's pot controlling with like ace king, king jack, and aces. So that's six combos, 12 combos. And let's say he only three bet you with the suited ones. That's another three combos. So 12 plus six, it's what? 18 plus three is 19. So let's say let's say when he take this sizing, let's let's just assume he takes all his nutted hands and his thin value with the same sizing and you jam into him. I think
Hmm.
it's still profitable if he's willing to fold eight like any king and any aces.
Yeah,
Do you see what I
that's
mean?
yeah.
Because
There's
there's
more
only
combos of hands
yes,
that I can make fold than
yeah.
there are
I
combos of hands that are just brick walls.
Yeah, I think I think you thought the hand flew really well. I don't think if he has draws, I think he's just gonna continue betting on the turn. That's how
Hmm.
aggressive players do it. So when
Yeah.
they do check, it's more likely just a showdown value hand that's pot controlling.
That's what I was thinking. Is like I think that this is just a lot of king X here, and there's
Yeah.
some aces, and I think that even I don't think his jacks and tens are even going to come out and
Yeah.
bet here on the river.
No, Jackson tens are definitely not betting here.
So I was basically like, I don't have showdown value. It's time to win this pot in another way.
Yeah.
So the two things about this, one is I think you did exactly right in that the hands that check raise river as a bluff, which you're bluffing, are the hands that have showdown value when he checks back.
Yeah,
That's the ones you do it with. The other thing is when he bets bigger on the king, let's say he goes to 110 or 120, it's not just that it's the stronger part of his range. It's also an indication of whether he's going to fold to the jam.
it's
So
true. He doesn't have enough behind to
let's say
fold.
he goes 180 here and he goes 180 with a king.
I can't do that then because he's just gonna. He has.
Right.
I mean, he's
He's
likely
Yeah,
just going to
you
call.
You have
right.
no
yeah,
fold
you
He's
have
he
equity.
no
said
fold
I'm not
equity.
folding my king. I'm not, check raise me or not. I've if you have a queen, I'm not folding my king, and so you can't do it. So it's not just that he bets larger with his stronger hands, which we are assuming is true. It's also that the more he bets, the less fold equity you have based on his action, his mood.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
moving on. Great.
There's
Let me ask
another
you one more
thing.
question about this hand
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
This is just kind of live mechanics. So very quickly. So when you say all in, how are you doing it? Are you silently pushing all your chips in? Are you saying quietly all in and putting one chip in? What are you doing?
I first of all, I didn't snap all in. I think I'm sitting there going through his range and breaking down the hand, and I'm basically thinking that he can't call me if I jam a lot of the time. And I don't think there's a lot of hands that he has that are going to be able to call me. So I was like, now that he bet, I don't have showdown value. So I don't have the option to call. I have to jam or fold. It's basically what was going through my head. So
Uh-huh.
then I looked at his stack a bunch as I was sitting there. I kept like looking at his stack, and then I grabbed two of my bigger red stacks and said all in and pushed the two of them in, and then slowly put the rest of it in. And he just, as soon as he didn't snap, I was like, oh, here we go. We should be able to get him to fold. He was tanking. He looked like he was going to call for a second. And that's when I calmed down because I was like, oh, he's probably just going to call. It is what it is. I lost the hand. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then he flips it over at the king and throws it in the muck. And I was like,
That's the
Fuck yeah.
worst fucking thing to do.
Yeah,
Like,
I wish you
don't
could see what
fucking
his
show
kicker
people what
was.
you're
That would be
folding.
good info to have what he three bet you with if it was an offsuit jack or if it was
That's
only
what I want to know. Yeah.
yeah.
I would have guessed like something like King 10 suited. I mean, the guy is a decent player, and he probably knows that this is underbluffed. So,
Oh yeah,
like, this is a very underbluffed line.
this
But
is.
You really
but
have
one
to
thing I
know
do
your
know,
customer for this to work.
Yep.
but yeah, so I was pretty confident that I could make him fold a king or
Nice
even
hand,
aces.
sir.
So that was pretty much what we did. Um, Part of what caused this was that I was watching a Carell video and or Carol, whatever the hell his name is,
I love
and
Charlie.
he was talking about how when if you're three betting nines, you have to be able to turn them into bluffs. And I was like, well, this is no spot like any to turn my pocket nines into a bluff in a three. I didn't three bet them, but I was thinking I watched that like before the session at one point, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to. If you're gonna play these hands, you have to be able to turn them into a bluff. So if he's telling me I can make him fold, then let's just make him fold.
Yeah.
So this one isn't even that fun. Oh, this one. Yay. Okay. So there's a straddle, it's a 5. I raised a 20.
Mhm.
I think it folds all the way around. Okay,
This
so
is a
this was
this
a
is
this
this is a button straddle where small blind acts first.
yep.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
So I raised a 20. This is pretty much my size in a straddle pot,
Mhm.
I think, is in general. And we get a call here. She
This
plays
is
any
perfect.
two, and we get an awful flop.
What a terrible flop. What does he got to call you with? Yuck. All right. Then
So I check. I think that this is decent enough to get stabbed a decent portion of the time.
Mhm.
So I check, and this is she bets 45 into 41. And I've seen the
Whoa.
way she plays. This is a stronger hand.
he loves her hand.
She likes her hand, and that's what I don't like about this. So I set this up for like what I'm doing. It's okay because I plan on playing two streets, but I think I could just play one here. And I can probably just put her all in right now. I was seeing what you guys think.
What does it? So it's very hard for her to have an ace. She certainly can have an ace, but and also if she plays any two, she's got all the aces, right? She got
Got all the aces.
ace
All the
She's
all
four
got
fours.
two
off.
pairs, ace eight offsuit. She's got pocket eights, pocket fours,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
me four.
she has like
flush
ace seven
draws.
off here. You know, she's not
Yeah.
folding an ace. So she has like crazy shit. Um,
So in my head is that I
is she a
think that
really
I
bad player? She's clearly a bad player, right?
not a good player.
Okay.
We call her
Um,
mama. She's a Russian lady.
So
yeah,
here's
I don't know if I think you could fast play this. Fast playing's fine.
So I'm absolutely raising. I was trying to decide. So I think I go to 160 here because it's gonna go in on the second street on a
yeah,
clean card.
yeah,
Um
You can go any size almost because your stack to pot ratio is so shallow right now.
Yeah.
right.
that's what
And
I was trying to think
even
though
if you go
is
90, it sets you up for an easy jam.
I was
I'm not
just
saying it should go 90, but yeah, you can do anything.
I was trying to think of whether I want to just put the money in right here or whether that's what I was thinking about. I was like,
I
she
think
plays
yeah,
big. Do I
Mike
want
and
to just
Scotty
put the
are right.
money in or
Your SPR is so low, it doesn't really.
Except
yeah,
if you put all the money in here, you make it the easiest for her to do the right thing.
exactly. That's kind of why I didn't want to do
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
let's make it a little harder for her to do the right thing.
So that's pretty much the only question then, because obviously
Yeah,
we're jamming this turn. She calls. She's got like Jack 10 suited or whatever.
right.
But
Jesus.
that was my only question was the flop. Because I was thinking I was in between on the flop of what I want to do. If I should go bigger. I think that I like this size because I mean, she should absolutely be getting away from a lot of hands if I just jam this.
Do you think she would have I mean, you've played with her a lot, this Russian lady?
This is the third time I've played with her.
Do you
This is the
think she
first
could
time
do you think
I've
she would
gotten.
gamble with her flush draw if you shove?
That's part of why I consider jamming is that I think that she might just gamble with the flush draw. I mean, she's like I think she makes a lot of money. Technically she's not Russian. She's from like Belgium or whatever. And she has a house in Florida that she comes and stays at in the
Uh,
winter. So, and when I was
she's
played
a
with her,
snowbird.
yeah, this day when I played with her, she was like, "Oh, I'm up 600." She'd reloaded so many times. She just did not care. And she was just pulling her purse out and just pulling chunks of money out of her purse and throwing it on the table. So I think
So
she kind of just is
I think
okay
your
with
hand is
gambling.
so strong. I mean, if we looked at this as solver, it would be doing all kinds of shit because your hand is so strong. Um, I think that I'd like a smaller size, frankly, because I think we want to keep her range. Your hand is the
But,
very
but
top of range. You got the nuts.
but
Um,
Larry, one thing, when you say
yeah,
you want to keep her wide, hasn't she just said I'm not wide with her bet of 45? Didn't she just say I have flush draws, I have the last ace, and I have the rare pocket fours, pocket eights.
she
That's
does
what
love her
I
Eight,
hand. You're
six,
right. I
ace
mean, there is
four.
an argument that she loves her hand, but let's
Yeah,
just go for it fast.
right.
But
And
I just don't think you need to at this SPR. I don't think you have as much urgency to get it all in on flop at this SPR.
that's kind of what goes through my head is I think that there are hands that may start to fold if I just jam. So I'm okay with going hands that I want to call that may just fold. Obviously, like I mean, she's bad, but I think that if she's with sitting there with a terrible ace, I think she can actually get away from that when
she
I
can get away from
raise a
that for
20 and then I jam
yeah.
for jam all in. But if I go 160 and then put the money in on the turn, she might have some more ability to
So your
call.
SPRs are around what, like three and change here? No, it's three. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I think Scotty likes to front load, and I think it makes sense to front load. Uh,
There's one.
but
Go on,
but
Larry.
I would get back to the fact that your SPR is so low that
Yeah,
you
I
got
mean the
lots of
money's
options.
going in.
Yeah.
And either way, I'm not folding at any point during this hand.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
so we
we said so one of the things I said that you liked was I said when we jam here, we make it easiest for her to do the right thing, which is to fold a singleton ace. Interestingly, against the hand class she has, a flush draw, you
fold, that's not
don't
terrible.
mind if she folds. You would like to get more value from flush draw, but if a flush draw folds out all of its equity, because it's got a lot,
Yeah.
even against your set,
And
it's got a lot.
there's that backdoor straight draws.
Yeah, you don't, if she folded this hand, if you jammed and she folded this hand face up, you might go, well, good.
Okay, yeah, it's not the end of the world.
That's not the end of the world at all. Yeah.
No, yeah,
So that's the flip side of what when I said that the jam was problematic. That's what's good about the jam. All right.
yeah.
Yep.
I feel like there wasn't a super wrong way to play it. I just wanted to see what we think
Yeah.
about.
Okay.
I
Cool.
just because when she goes big here, I'm getting told that I
Yeah.
don't really have fold equity. So I think
Yeah.
maybe I can just put
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
think
if
I
I
think you
did,
can shove here, but I like a smaller size with this much equity.
Right.
I would use
And
a bigger size with ace king, but I
you see
mean,
the thing is with my standard with ace king, I would lead. But with my like standard check raising size is much larger than 3x or 4x usually. So I think with my standard size, it would just be a jam. So weird because in this spot I decided not to use it because normally if I check raise uh, like 6x.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean there's not a ton to talk about on that one. I just kind of that was the interesting part.
the only thing the only thing to Larry that I want to take away from this is this the general statement, which I agree with, keeping their range wide, is to observe in this hand that they've already not done that for you.
Yeah, they've said
That's
they
all.
love their hand. You're right.
Right. Okay.
But she had a
Right.
semi bluff, so but you're
She
right.
loved she loved her semi bluff.
Yeah, she did love her semi bluff.
Okay.
All right.
All right. With that one. Ace King. I don't remember this hand. Zing equals hand. Oh yeah. Think I remember this. Yes, this guy.
So sizing equals hand strength. Tell us more. He
I've
plays
been
face
playing
up.
first time I played with him. It's the first time I ever played with him, and I'd seen him get the showdown a decent bit of the time. And I'd see him get the showdown with weak hands where he was just checking a lot and calling or if he would bet, it would be like some small bets for whatever reason he was betting. And then I saw him get there with straights, full houses, stuff like that. And it was always he would always find pretty large. So
Nice.
we can rip him
I like
apart.
this guy.
Yeah. So I check. He checks back.
Mhm.
So I see. I actually don't love the way I played this hand because this is where it's here on the turn that I dislike. Oh, wait. You guys saw me
All right.
being out of line again.
I didn't see it.
Um,
So
If you bet the turn, that's not out of line. You have a draw on the turn.
no, we picked up the the queen was on the turn, the river.
Oh,
there's a
oh, the
Um,
six
queen's on the
card
river.
draw.
Okay.
okay, so I don't know why I do this. So I'm trying to remember what my thought process was here. So I think he's wide here, and that he's got
Is
a
your
lot of hand.
argument that you have enough showdown to go check on turn?
Yeah, I think I can just go check here.
You
Is what
can.
I think. And if he bets, I'm gonna call and then I'm gonna check the river and blast him off of the river if he doesn't go big. So I think I can just go check, and then once he bets, I don't have showdown anymore, but I can get creative on the river and take it away.
Right. And once
So
again, your hand when it goes check on the river, you win enough of the time that you don't have to.
exactly.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
this
so I
this hand isn't queen king queen.
I dislike this. And I'm trying to remember what my thought. I think this might have just been a slight spaz. Like
Mhm.
I was just
I think
okay, he
this hand and
checked
this.
and
I think you're targeting nines, tens, and eights.
I don't like it. I dislike this a lot. I think of why I'm doing this, and if I can't after the fact, usually it only takes me a second to remember why I did something and whether it was right or wrong. I don't know what the reasoning was here. I hate this. This is
I don't think it's awful. I think you do have a semblance of showdown, but not. Look at your positions too. I mean,
so
what's
get
his
more
bid there?
information when I check. It's high. He plays a
All right.
lot of hands.
So he's got a lot of non-paired hands this early though.
Yes,
He's got like stupid shit like queen eight.
yes. He's got random shit here that I mean he can have a lot of draws here. I mean he can have some 6x. He can have anything still. I mean check the flop. I think that a lot of his paired hands. Yeah, this is what I like better is if I check here, his sixes come out and bet. His sevens are going to come out and bet. I think his jacks would have bet the. I don't think he has a lot of jack X. I think he has
But
some 7x,
there
some
is an argument
6x.
that if you're going to turn your ace high in here into a bluff, you want to tell them twice that you have a good hand, not once.
That's
Right?
part of it. Yes.
I mean, that's something
Um,
that our deity Goon talks about a lot. When we have a bluff, we want to tell them we have a good hand twice, not once.
it is true. It is good to tell people twice that
Yeah.
they're not good. So, which is okay, but I get more. So, but that it makes sense. Yes. But if I, let's say we go, let's think about this in multiple ways. So if I check here, I still think I have showdown. So my hand doesn't mind a check here. And when he bets, I don't think I have showdown anymore. I think he's got some like 6x, some 7x. He can even pick up deuces that he would bet. The guy will bet those types of hands, but he's going to bet them small. So when we check here, I'm going to blast this turn when he bets. So if he bets dollars into it, I'm raising it to like 60 and then jamming the river if on a blank.
So
'Cause I
you
still
would have
think
preferred here to check turn
check
and
turn
then turn
about
your hand into a bluff.
yes, I think that I get less information here and I don't maximize fold equity when I just so I
So
think we can
just to reiterate, you want to listen. So when you check here, you want to listen to what he tells you with his hands, with his bet size,
absolutely.
because he's good. So when he uses like a B50 or less, you're going to blast.
Yeah. Even if he does anything less than pot, I'm okay with blasting because even 20 is not a significant size. So it's kind of like if he goes 25, 30, now I'm starting to think, okay, he maybe has some jack X that checks the flop, which I don't think he has a ton of, but it's still possible. And even his jack X, I think we can still make fold depending on what happens on the river. But I think we can. I just think the check is a better play here. When I lead here, what does he do? He just calls with all of his showdown value, and then I have to figure out on the river. I put myself in a weird spot,
Got
you
it.
know. So I just like this.
Okay.
I think the better play is to check, and then you know what he does, I raise or I call, or I just goes check check the river, and when he bets the river,
I can see that. I can see what you're saying.
I think it just makes more sense. So he calls. We get a queen on the river, which I love, because even his Jack X that calls doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So, but I check here. This is why this doesn't make any sense.
All right. Now I don't like
There's
the play.
what exactly I hate it, but I mean I make up for it. So now he comes out. He bets 30, and he does not have anything strong. So let's make him fold. And he folds. He claims to have had a 7. I mean,
Was he in
really,
hell or did he insta muck?
he didn't like it. He was sitting there like, what the fuck? What do you even have? Then he threw it away. And I mean, this is just bad. I mean, someone like this, it's so easy to get away with bad shit, playing poorly because I can just blast them off of their hand in this situation when he tells me how strong he is. But this turns bet doesn't make any fucking sense. That's what I dislike, is that this doesn't make sense. We just check here and then we can figure out what we want to do from there.
Got it. I can see your point.
Yeah. So I brought a shitty one. I just want to see if anybody could find a reason that I would want to bet here.
I could find a reason you'd want it better if you choose to double barrel, but it's
Yeah.
not. But it's not a play if your play doesn't make much sense. No, but a play would make sense if you went 15 here, 40. What is it then? It's 30. It's 68, and then you bet 150 or 100, and you double barrel. I can buy that. But
I don't
you
believe
you told a very scattered. Your story doesn't make sense.
I don't believe he
That
had the
makes,
7 either, by the way. That doesn't make
I
any
mean,
sense that he bets a 7 there. I think you may have had the best hand.
yeah, I don't know. He didn't look happy folding. He could have had missed draws and shit like that, which I beat anyways. In my head, it was basically that one, I played this hand like shit, and two, I got away with it because this guy isn't good, and
I
I'm
think
able to.
I see your point about wanting to listen to his sizing on turn, but I
Yeah.
also think there's an argument to be made of once you go check check on turn that you construct a 2-street bluff, depending on river card. There is a
What do
place
you
for it.
What do you mean? You're saying like you mean because if it goes check check here, I'm just gonna check the river.
What I'm saying is when it goes check check on flop, you can construct a 2-street bluff with this hand,
Can
which does have marginal showdown to attempt to get his, for instance, 8s and 9s to fold. So there is a place for constructing a 2-street bluff here. But I see your point about wanting to listen to his bet sizing on turn if he bets. But you also have the option here to construct a 2-street bluff.
And
the
so if
reason
you're
I like
choosing
the part of
between
the
the
reason
two,
I like to check better on the turn is that just don't when I just go bet, I'm not gonna create as much fold equity as I do when I go if I go check raise bet.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's and also you get to listen to the sizing on turn.
That's
But
what I think about is on this hand is I have showdown value right now is what I should be thinking. I have showdown value. What does my
yeah.
showdown value want to do here from out of position? Showdown value doesn't want to bet. It just
Mhm.
wants to check and then evaluate what he does. And depending on what he does, I kind of know. I mean, he can still come out and bet with worse than my hand, technically, because he could be like, all right, well,
Yeah.
let's push him off. But I also know that he doesn't. Most of these players just don't protect their checking ranges. So when if it goes check check, I have the best hand on the river most of the time. And then when I goes check and he bets small, I don't have the best hand, or I might still have the best hand, but I'm in between, but I can make everything fold, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Larry, your idea of turning this into a bet 2-street bluff makes total sense. And the hand class that wants to do it is the hand class that doesn't have any showdown.
yeah, I mean, but you could argue
Because you get hit with
we
hands
have
with
less. Yeah, you're right, and he's
you
got
get
a
hit with
high
hands that have
VPIP,
no showdown.
so he's got a bunch of crap here.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So for example, if you opened your, and these are also going to be draws, most of those hands. If you opened your 8-9 and your 9-10 here, which you could suited, you could have opened those.
Mhm.
Those are better candidates to take that line with.
Yeah, if I got here with 9-10, would like the
King 10 suited.
yeah, I would go after more of a I would probably start to construct it here on the turn
Yeah,
Yeah,
after
and you
he
got you
checks.
got best non-paired. You do have marginal
yeah,
showdown,
yeah.
but
That's
I
all.
think there is an option to do
Yep.
street construct to street buffer.
Yeah,
I think it's better. I think that the check is a better.
yeah.
I mean, all around, I think I just it was stupid, but I mean, it worked out. That I
Yeah,
think, but does the result doesn't matter what we were thinking, and I was not in a weird spot where I don't know what happened, but I just didn't think about what my hand wants to do here and what his range is, how I want to play against him. It's bad, so I need to make sure I keep that check in line. Um, yeah, I need to be thinking like, what happens when I check? What happens when I bet? What is he going to do with his hand? Then I consider what my hand wants that. So dislike it, but I think that the process is better if I just here, depending on the size, raise and then rip the rivers on non-club rivers and no nine, no 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like it. I think the process was it, what is this hand? Don't know much, seems passive with this set. I think I have it again or what. Okay, this one good. I think I remember this hand, yeah. Okay. We flop here. Do I bet here? I think I probably just no, maybe I check. Um, these are weird spots for me because I don't like to check raise this type of hand because it is usually not ideal when you get into when you check raise like this.
because
Well, because when people call a big ass check raise, then I don't love my top picker that much
then just go bet,
because
bet, bet, even out of position.
yeah, and that's why I think I can go bet. I think I need to work. I'm gonna start classifying different things and changing things around because I've been changing this recently of turning certain hands. Like I check my range often out of position. There's certain times that I do bet, like low SPR with a super nutted hand,
Hmm.
or a thick value hand. I'll just go bet. This is about what we're about 12-ish, 12 to 13-ish SPR. I don't want to go for a check raise. I think I should just be going bet. I believe I check here. Maybe it's just out of habit position. I need to
Right.
do that. But so we go check here. Now he bets 15. I'm just gonna call and
I
I don't like it.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I understand the problem with doing it, but when you don't, but this hand is way too strong for the check, bet, call, check, bet the river line and getting, so
Yes.
he's going to check. There's so much he's going to check behind on the
Yeah,
turn.
that's the critique I have too, especially when you kind of deed this guy as pretty passive. You can't count on him to bet these
No,
flops.
no.
Agree.
This is so much more appropriate. This is so much more appropriate for an ace 10.
Yes. With
It's
ace 10, I'm absolutely gonna just check call. If he goes check on the turn, I'm gonna bet the river then.
exactly, exactly.
Ace
That's
king, yeah, I don't, and that's something I need to adjust. I think
yeah,
that within my game, I need to start adjusting to. There needs to be times that I continue to bet from out.
yep,
Obviously, I can't
yep.
fully check. So, and I think that this is one of those types of hands that, like, if I think ace jack are better even without a two pair. To just be going. If it was ace, I think with ace jack, I'm probably just gonna go for the raise. How deep are we? We're with what the SPR, something like that. So 13. If I go for a check, that's 15 into whatever the hell that. 170. Yeah, I would go for a check raise probably with ace jack and just try and put it in on the turn a lot of the time. But like I said, it's ace 7-5 with ace jack, ace queen, and ace king. I think I should be going bet
Mhm.
instead of going for the whatever the hell this is.
So let's see what
Um,
happens as played. What does he do on the turn?
okay.
Well, that's
Um,
great.
so I want
Now
to
he's
just
not.
lead here.
Now if he has an ace, he's not folding it, and
That's
now he's going to check behind with a lot of stuff, but he is going to call you on the river with a jack.
yeah, and that's I think I played this hand so poorly. I think I should just lead here, probably.
Really?
Mm.
Yes, I think I should just lead
Okay.
big. So we can get because what is his range that gets here? He's got Jack X that's probably not going to bet. He's got flush draws that might slow down on this card. He's got Ace X that will probably continue to bet. So
Also call. Yeah.
it also will call, and a lot of
Yeah.
those hands will call. I think Jack X will call. I think Ace X is obviously going to call, and flush draws are going to call. So I think that maybe we just continue here, or go like 80 or 90 over bet. Yeah, I think I'd overbet here. Didn't lead, I don't think. No, I didn't.
I prefer this to the lead.
I guess 15, and I can tell you that
Ugh.
I don't love it because
You have to check raise now.
yeah, I have to check this.
I think.
I just like this. Here's $15. That's not great. I mean, but the one thing that's good about this is that I mean, yeah, he's got Jack X here, and he still has Ace X, Jack X, and flush draws. I think when he takes this sizing,
You think this sizing is taking? You think an ace takes this size?
I think it's possible. He's a passive
Okay.
player.
Okay.
I don't think it's a as much of a portion of his range as like X, but I don't think I just here I have to. So and we have one part of his range that's gonna be inelastic.
Yeah.
So we have two parts of his range that are inelastic, his ace X and his draws. So we are going to raise, I'm sure. Yeah, we did. He calls.
Great.
Now it's
Interesting.
okay. He's got I don't even really want to target Jack X.
No. Just
He has missed flush draws and he's got
yeah.
let's put the money in. He calls. He had an ace.
Absolutely. Great.
We got lucky that he had an ace, but we played it poorly. So I think better is just, bet the flop probably. I'd probably bet the flop for $10 to $15. He calls, and then the next bet would be an over bet, and then we just put it in on the.
Yeah.
I think that's a better line here. I think I
Yep.
played this very poorly. But yeah, I just need to adjust my strategy. Like I have my strategy sheet right here that I study. I make my own little flow chart.
Hmm.
Part of it needs to be like an adjustment for, you know, different FPRs and different hand classes from in position and out of position. And this has to be one that I think I should just be classifying as going.
Yeah, in
This should be
theory, you're
bet,
going to
bet, bet.
check this a lot, like on the flop, and in theory, you are going to check out a position a lot. But uh, deviate from theory when you have passive players that aren't going to do the betting for you, that aren't going to make those, theoretical bluffs that they're supposed to be making. They're not going to be value bet. They're not going to be value. Well, I guess they wouldn't value bet anyway. That's not really a mistake they're making by value betting like an ace or something. But I just think you just should deviate from, you're checking out a position to passive players more often.
Agree, agree.
All right. What else we got?
Yeah. Oh, what else do we have? Oh, what is this one? Rattle. I ISO or I raise.
I got a question
I
about the
remember.
button straddle in your area. Do you have any casinos where they don't play the button straddle?
I've only ever played at Hard Rock one time, and I've played the other place, so I don't know
I mean,
what
I
they
think
do
you've
at Hard Rock.
adjusted to it, but
Yeah, I don't like it. It pisses me.
there are buttons like you can buy a certain level of membership to GTO Wizard and look at their button straddle ranges. I don't know if that's going to help you, but it's such a weird configuration when you got this button straddle.
Yeah, I've heard about just a pure limp strategy
Yep.
in button strategy. So like every hand that you're going to play, whether it's aces or it's ace five suited or whatever, is just a pure limp, and then you adjust from there. I need to
Yeah.
look into it more. I don't really
That's what I
know.
use versus a button straddle in the blinds is I limp 100% of range and then dependent on action split range between either raise, call, fold.
Yep.
When you say limp 100% range, like any two cards or
No, no,
100% of your
100% of the
100%
playable
of
whole
my
hand,
hands?
playing range.
Playing range. Okay. Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I
pretty
Playing
assumed.
tight.
range.
Which is pretty tight.
Yes, which is a very tight range.
Yes.
And when
Very,
you
very
say
tight.
your playing range, that's going to be like your under the gun type of range.
It's tighter than under the gun.
Tighter than an
Just
under the
so
gun range.
that's what I would think. I kind of do. I don't limp it, but I do a tighter than under the gun opening
Yeah,
range. Is
that's for
basically
sure.
what I do.
Yeah.
Which this might be. Yeah, this. I feel like
No,
this.
that's
This
fine.
can't. This is fine. I feel like this is.
Ace Jack offsuit
I
can be a
wouldn't do it
fold
with.
in this
Yeah,
situation.
no.
But the big thing is with that strategy, I don't have very many limp calls, but I do have some, or limp folds. I mean, but it's a split between limp call, limp raise, and some limp folds.
Yeah.
What's
And
your
if
limp
I
fold
know that
like?
And if I
Say like.
know that the player on the button straddle is the type that he raises 100% of the time when it's limp to him, I have zero limp fold range or zero. I get rid of the limp fold portion of my range,
Okay. Yeah.
and the limp fold is going to be stuff like some of the medium suited connectors, medium pocket pair, small medium pocket pairs. And a lot of that I may mix dependent on raise size and raise and how multi-way the pot is.
Okay. Yeah. That
But
seems.
it's I'm literally never open even I mean everything. I'm never opening anything. It's 100% a limp and then it's either limp fold, limp call, limp raise.
And that's what
What
Sam's.
about at a table that does a very has is super passive? I mean, passive pre-flop, but they just aren't raising
Yep.
three
That's
betting
what
often
Sam's
enough.
hand. Sam's hand is pocket aces in a button straddle pot, opening with a limp. All right.
That's kind of a
Yep.
I think
All
I'm
right. Let's
still
see.
open. I'm still open limping. But in that case, though, even like a hand like ace, even as strong as like aces, kings, queens, I'm playing very, very like I'm almost thinking of it as like I have pocket eights on a six high flop type of thing. Like I'm still very, very cautious, and I'm playing more as a set mine when that happens.
If it goes multi-way, yeah. All right.
If everybody limps in and there is
Yeah.
no raise, but
Yep. Yep.
I have no open raising range versus a button straddle in the blinds.
Gotcha. All right. So you raised with the ace jack suited. I like it. Get one call. Get two calls. I like that less, but okay. That's what happened.
Hey, I had
Okay.
made this adjustment at this point
Yeah.
that I was angry with myself for. I think that this is a hand that I don't want to check raise, and I
Hmm.
don't want to go check call with this hand.
You're
Either
the
way,
aggressor.
I think.
You can lead out in this multi-way pot. You're the pre-flop aggressor.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you're fine.
that's what I was saying is I was happy with this was an adjust this was directly the day after when
Yeah.
after I played that hand. I went through that hand like four times that we just
Yeah.
saw, and I was like, I think I just need to adjust that and just start
Mhm.
betting. So and I'm gonna do a bigger, better check size for a multi-way pot, which is I think it's 35
Okay.
bigger size here.
And that's because it's ace high, right? While you're going
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
If it
made
was heads up, I would be going closer to pot size
right. And if you
multi-way.
were betting here, and it wasn't an ace high flop, would you be betting smaller when you bet? So let's say your hand was king queen and the flop was king 10-5. Would you be still betting 35 here? Or would you bet smaller?
Adjustment I need to think about for non-ace high. I would bet it's a weird spot. I haven't decided whether I'm going. Ace high is the only spot that I've been deciding what that is has been. Ace high flops have been the boards that I want to lead on with my
Okay.
strong aces.
Okay.
I haven't decided with king high and queen high and all that stuff if that's something that I want to make an adjustment to, because I still check a lot of my range from that position, even with my strong kings and queens, especially multi-way.
Sounds good. Okay.
So I want to add to this because it's different than that last hand, obviously, because we are, well, we're out of position like we were, but we're multi-way. So now this calls for more checking than even that last hand. And you're obviously not as strong. It's ace jack, it's not ace king. So I think you kind of talked yourself into saying, oh, wow, because of that last hand, this is kind of an example where, man, I really should make the adjustment and bet more often. Sure, you can still see bet here, but this would be a situation where you would probably want to check more often.
Yeah. Part of why I would, so let's say, I mean, let's look at when I check here. What happens when I check? I don't think this is this board or most dynamic, so I don't think this is gonna get stabbed a lot. My hand benefits from betting a decent bit, is what I would
Okay.
think. But I don't want to like justify. I don't want to say I'm going to do this because of this. Let's say like what happens when I do this and what happens when I do this. So when I bet, we get ace X to call that might have not like weaker ace X. I mean, it's a 1-2. There's looser players. They're going to be playing weaker aces here. We get all of those to call. We go 35. We don't give a great incentive to raise exactly. So maybe there's an argument for going a bit smaller here than 35, especially when they're both in position to me. And
Yeah,
I think
and I don't
10x
want
is
you to confuse what I said,
more.
say that you shouldn't bet here. I'm saying this
No,
is the same situation as that last hand we looked at.
no,
Gotcha.
I just want to think. I just want to have a good process. I want to think of like what is the what I be thinking. So what I was thinking is that I can cooler ace X. There's not a ton of draws, but there's great draws that probably aren't going to fold for one bet. And there's 10x that probably isn't going to fold from one bet. And think that maybe the adjustment should be a smaller than this one.
And probably both those hands you just named often don't stab. So
Yes,
they go check,
that's
check, check, and that's not good.
and I
That's
don't really
not good for
I
you.
don't want. Yeah, I don't want it to go. I don't want this to check through with my hand. I don't know, I agree with you, Mike. I think this is a valid. You could check or bet here. I think is good at pass loose tables.
Yeah. And I think
Um,
more to my point was that last hand, a lot we were more advocating that you bet there, don't check very often. And in this
mhm.
spot, you can check more often than that last
Yes,
hand. Yeah.
I agree. I'm also trying to think like, and the other thing is I don't want this to check through, but I also don't want to check raise as part of what's in my head. Is I don't want to check raise this hand. That's ideal, and I don't want to this to go check
Yeah.
through. I'm kind of thing I have to just kind of bet. I think I should just going through my head. I believe
So you bet out. Good. Let's see what
bet
happens.
out.
Okay.
His range is ace X, 10x, maybe some like pocket eights, nines, tens, or pocket eights and nines. He's in position, so he's going to have more played hands. But I have a feeling they'll let us know on the turn. So we get this card that doesn't really change anything, only five two pair. Doesn't really have it. You know, this is
Yeah.
all stakes poker. And then he's got ace X, all that stuff. So he's got, he has hands that pick up flush draws. And you could have some like king, queen of hearts, queen,
Mhm.
jack of hearts, like that combo draw now going to fold 290 behind. Think that in this situation, I kind of just want to, I mean, I'm okay. What did I do here? I bet you I bet
I'm betting about 130 here. Anything between 100 and 130.
I would bet that I go about 100.
Yeah.
I
Um,
go 90, 100.
Yeah.
you go 100.
Right.
So I don't hate this bet. I think I can go bigger.
Right. Yeah.
I think I should go bigger. Because what we want all of his aces are probably just gonna call. Most of his aces are gonna call, and then he's got he's got hands that picked up more equity as well. Some hands that picked up more equity. So I think we just go 130 that aren't gonna pay on the river. Like 30 is I think we should go here. So, but 100 is okay. I think going smaller than this is criminal, and going, I think, yeah, about 100 to 130 would be the better size. 'Cause he doesn't have many hands to 100 that, that are going to fold to 130 when they call 100. So I think I should just go 130 here. He calls. Um, Now, I mean, Ace King gets there. This guy is,
Ace King was already there.
yeah, that's what I was
King
saying.
was-
I'm like, there's just unlikely. And like, the only thing is like King 10, Queen Jack got.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I
Just
probably just put
SPR,
the
just
money
jam.
in.
Yeah, just
I
jam.
probably just put the money in. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And he folds. But that, yeah, this is part of, oh no, he didn't call it. He didn't call this. Mess this
Right.
up. But he said he claimed to have picked up some sort of combo draw on the, which is kind of what I was.
Yeah.
This is why I think this is okay, but I think this needs to be like, I think this needs to be like 120 or more. Because what are we targeting here? I mean, his 10x we're not going to get a lot of money from, so we don't want to target the weak portion of his range. His range is ace x, 10x, straight draws, bow draws, all that stuff. So I think we should just go bigger, right?
Yeah.
Do
So
you
you
ever
said
consider a check raise here? Is he aggressive enough that he'll fire if you check? Like floating, thinking you are just
But
stabbing? Although I guess at
I've
this
played with
depth,
him
the
one
check
time.
raise. Oh, okay. Although I guess at this
Don't
depth, the check raise kind of puts all the money in the middle, anyways.
I'm not, I'm against a bigger bet. Maybe it's because it's probably more balanced. Because if you have King Jack here, like what are you doing with hands that you bluff with? Are you going bigger and then leaving a small bet on the river? You know what I mean?
I
Like
wouldn't
that's why
do
I'm kind of
this
against a
with
larger
King
size.
Jack.
I'm more for like a little smaller size here. Like, what's the size of the pot? 130? Like a 90, 90. I mean, 100 is no bigger than I would want to go.
Thank you. Well, it's weird to say. I mean, I don't like doing this, but I wouldn't get to this spot with King Jack.
Okay, but whatever bluffs, what would we have here? Are you just only only have value here? Is that
When I come out and lead into two people on an ace high board, yeah, I'm only gonna have, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have,
yeah, then
except for like, so the only time that I can have a bluff here is say I go. I mean, yeah, actually, technically, you're right. I could have King Jack. I could have King Jack, and if he stabs small on the flop, I would check raise with my gutter.
except you bet the flop.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Like, let's say I check the flop, and if I was going to play this, if I played this the way I would play it, and I had King Jack, I would go. The exact way that I would play would be check the flop, and then if he bets big,
Yeah, but
I'm
this
probably just going to fold out. But if I check the flop and he stabs small, I'm going to check raise there.
right, which changes the whole texture of the hand. So yeah,
Yes.
he doesn't have to be balanced in this line of bluffs that he doesn't have.
yeah. So the flops you're only betting value when you bet into two players because I would think you would also see bet when you see bet. When again, I advocated checking, right?
Hmm.
Um, C betting or C betting with good draws like King Queen, King Jack, Queen Jack with back doors. I would say you. But if you're not doing that, then you don't have to worry about it. That's yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't. I would go for check raises with. I mean, so my strongest hands are gonna go for a check raise, and my some of my strongest draws and my weakest draws will go for it, depending on the size. And like, so my weakest draws are gonna check raise to small sizes, are gonna check raise their small size, and then my strongest draws are going to check raise to the bigger bets, and my strongest hands,
All right. All right.
my pocket tens, pocket fives, all that. Which I shouldn't have a ton of. Yeah. So that's, yeah, I mean, you guys came and played with me. You guys should be able to exploit the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It would be funny if we had a live meetup and played a cash game, and we all played a cash game together.
It would just
We all
be like a
play we all
leveling
play a very
battle
different
here.
style than what we've been talking.
Yeah, I'd have to make complete adjustments.
Yeah. All right. Wake up.
Okay.
And then go back, but we'd have to do it like on a stream so that we could go back and spend a couple sessions reviewing it.
Yeah, why did you punt this here? Like, well, I thought that Mike had this because Mike does this.
Yeah.
The
And
leverage.
to go down the rabbit hole, if we did it, like everybody was anonymous. So we had to figure out who was who.
Oh, that's funny.
Ooh, that would get spicy.
You guys
That's
gonna be like,
funny.
this kid c-bets every fucking flop. That's Brian.
All right, here we go.
You figure out
Thinking.
really quick that the guy who's only playing aces is Larry.
All right.
Okay. So
I feel seen as a human being.
All right.
I feel
I saw this.
validated.
I saw these guys.
I do.
Good. I saw them to an unreasonable size. Good.
Right. This I played poorly again.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what's going on here. I was actually talking to the dealer during this hand, so I think that my brain might have just gone on autopilot here. Because normally I would just check back this flop. I think I bet here. I do. So I go bet here,
It's a reasonable.
which
It may not be your best choice, but it's completely reasonable choice. It is one of your draws.
Yep.
yeah,
You know.
it's a
So
draw.
yeah, it's a draw, and it's not a super low equity draw. It's not. You know.
And when
Not
you're
great.
unsuing that size, you have a lot of aces.
Yeah, I think it's
You're buying,
reasonable.
and
It's
you're
just
buying
not
yourself.
my general, what I would generally do would be checking here often. Um,
And you can buy
so
yourself. You've bought yourself a free turn if you want to take it and take your equity for $20.
Would you
Just
check here a lot because he's gonna tell you a lot about the value of his hand on turn?
yeah, I would check here often because I get to see I think I one that this is the type of board where they might check here right now with aces, but they're never checking the turn with an ace when if say it comes up blank and there's two diamonds, I don't think they're ever going to check on the turn there. So now I get some information there. I think that a lot of their hands just start to bet on the turn that have some sort of showdown value or are pretty solid. So I think I get that type of information based on a two on the turn. Like I
Yeah.
think he's probably going to go like with an ace that checked here and I checked behind, he's probably going to go like 30, 35, trying to deny equity to flush draws and stuff like that.
But then
I think
in
that,
your pull, once again, you feel no need to protect with like a check back with ace king or tens.
yeah, I don't. And the day that I play against people that punish me, the day that I'll
Got it.
becoming more balanced.
Got it. I mean, essentially, there's very few check raises in your pool.
Yeah, it's not often and it's extremely nutted. So it's pretty easy. You just kind of run when it does happen, unless you have a very strong hand. So my bet here, now he calls. So what is his range? Still has ace X. He still has tens. He's got flush draws, straight draws, like that. What we think going to the turn. Now he checks again. And honestly, in this spot, I think I'm like half and half, which sounds ridiculous on showdown. Um, that I do have showdown value, which is may sound insane, but so he's got ace X that I don't know his player, and like I talked about, is I don't feel comfortable trying to make ace X fold, which is why against a player that I don't know is capable of folding ace X. Um, so when we're here, I think we can go two streets. So like basically what's going on in my head is when I check here, I think that I can go and try and bluff catch rivers basically with king high, which
Well, against his draws, you do have.
exactly. So I think against all of his draws, I have showdown. And then, well, except for his king high flush, which I just chop with. But I think I can also, so basically
No.
here,
You beat a lot of his. You beat a lot of his king high flushes.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Flush draws.
So I'm sitting here thinking the one he's got hands like that, and then that I'm ahead of, but he also has hands like 10x and 7x that I think I can get the call here and fold the river. Um, so I think I go with that route and go like
Of
50,
course you do. Of
55.
course you do.
I tend to lean towards the aggressive route, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty obvious.
I'd go. My size would be bigger, but yeah, I definitely prefer betting over checking.
Well, I think you're using this size because you want to have a
I don't
very
want to filter in.
chunky river bet, right?
Yeah, I want to have a chunky river bet, and when I go smaller here, he has a what that I can. Like if we go like pretty big here, we then condense it to basically ace X and which isn't terrible either because then I can just bluff small on the river and fold out all of his flush draws and take it down. So honestly, I don't mind going bigger, but which doesn't make sense in the other fashion of why it doesn't make sense is that I don't know if I want to try and make an ace fold. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get an ace fold because I don't know the player.
Mhm.
So I don't want to go huge and because then basically when I'm doing actually maybe huge is better because huge gets more value from his flush draws and then I just bet small on the river and fold out all of his flush draws and get all the extra money that I got from his flush draws and
And so what you're
then
really trying to do is the flush you're trying to get to fold desperately on the river is the 6-7 of diamonds and the 5-6 of diamonds. Because if he has the king 9 of diamonds, you beat it. You don't have to get it to fold on the river.
yeah
So
we
you're
want I
talking
mean
pair plus. You're talking about the pair plus flush draws.
yeah so
I want to make that clear. Okay.
it also more or less this gives me the opportunity to get things away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I think when I go here, I can still keep tens in, and then whenever the river, if he checks me on the river, I can go. I don't think I have to go massive to get a 10 to fold after I bet all three streets.
Right.
So I think that on the last one, I can go and get 10
Mhm.
sevens, 10 sevens and five, or whatever it is that
Yep.
he could have to fold, or something like pocket nines or eights or something like that to
Yep.
fold. And when I go bigger, I think I kind of remove a lot of that from his range. And it's a lot of ace X that I don't know if I want to make fold because I don't know the player. So
Yeah. So if you go huge here, I don't even know that you need to bet the river. We'll see.
yeah,
But you don't go huge, so you were fine because
he
a
calls.
10 can call. Yeah.
Now we make showdown. And this is where I'm trying to think.
He
I
checks to
don't
you.
like
If he
he
checks
checks to
you,
me.
check behind.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't see a situation where you turn a queen into a bluff here.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
this is
wasn't
an
gonna
easy
turn it
check
into a
back, I think.
I don't think you
I
you
wasn't
you,
gonna
you were going to
turn it
value
into a
bet tiny.
I was considering value betting tiny. It's just 10.
He's got to call you with a 10 more often, more than half the time.
Oh,
I don't think
I would go like 30, $40.
Right. Right. But what I mean is you're going to lose to his bad aces that aren't going to fold. So you're going to lose the
hmm
$40 there. You're going to fold out a bunch of other stuff. So what's going to happen here is he has to call you with a 10 or worse half the time compared to an ace or better.
Yeah.
or Queen Jack that
Don't
was
forget
calling
about
down a gutter ball,
Yeah, don't
as a
forget
lot
about
of
the
players
Queen
will
X
in
that
low
just got
stakes.
there.
Yeah, and the worst Queen X. That's true. Yeah, you can beat the worst Queen X that got there.
Or the Queen X of diamonds that
Yeah, that's
was
true. That's
calling
true.
down.
This
Yeah,
is
Um,
that's
really
true.
thin.
But that is true
I
though.
don't
I
like.
don't hate it.
We've
I
now
don't.
found a
That's the
I
lot.
thing
don't
is
like it.
I
Yeah.
think there's an argument for going like really tiny to try and target his pocket nines, eights, and sevens that he could still have getting here. I think it's less likely that he has a lot of sevens, some tens, and then possibly that
And then some
picked up
lucky
a pair.
queens. Yeah.
I think it's
My thing, like,
And you never are getting check raised bluffed, right? You're never getting
yeah. If
check
he
raised
check
bluffed.
raises me, I just fold.
Right. But I mean, he's
It's
never
King
bluffing
Jack
check
or
raised bluffed.
Queen ten.
So you don't,
Yeah.
but he's never going to he's never turning something into a bluff. And therefore you can violate the Matt Affleck rule. And that's
until
why.
he's turning
Okay.
something into a bluff with an unknown player, we don't
Yeah.
know that he's not capable of.
Yeah.
Although,
That's true.
granted, the fact that
He's
he's
an older guy
open
though.
limped pre-flop kind of says that he's probably not capable of check raise
Probably not.
bluffing the river.
That's probably not why he's
He's
here.
he's an older guy. I saw him play like one or two hands before that, and he played somewhat passively. So I think that I
Yeah,
could.
he
I
did.
think there is
Yeah,
some
he did.
value in going for like $30 here, getting some value
I
from
agree.
his
I've changed my
Queen X,
mind.
10X, and stuff like that. I do not. So, but I win. But he had a flush draw. But
Yeah.
I think that there was. I mean, obviously, I wasn't going to get anything, but I think that there's some value in maybe going like $3
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
I think that's what I should have.
Look at his
But
limp call. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
yeah, to a
I
massive
agree.
ISO.
Everything about him.
What a
Interesting.
fucking fish.
Yeah, it's
Lean over
Did
and
you
say, "Hey,
know?
you should probably top up so that when you make the hand, you have a bigger double up. You know, you want to keep him as full as possible, right?"
Yeah.
or he had me covered here. So I was effective stack. I had just sat
Oh,
down
you
like
were effective stack. Okay.
yeah, like
Yeah.
3 hands before that. So he had more money still. And then of course the table broke, which was sad. Dude, the guy next to him was the fishiest fish of all time. Like just it had if I flopped and a good kicker or anything better than that, I am getting all the money in against him. He called down with like air with like an 8 kicker, just all the way down. The guy had an overpair, and the guy was sweating because he was like, "What the hell is this guy calling me with that we're getting here?" And this guy was money. He had like 500 in front of him too. It would have been a great day if I could have got into it with him. Unfortunate. So next hand, maybe a light ISO. I don't know. I want to go heads up though.
Pretty light ISO.
Yeah, it's lighter than Queen Jack off.
Yep, we can do it. Pretty light.
Hey, I wasn't saying I said clean jack. I admit that
It's
this
still
is a
poker.
light ISO.
Yeah.
Are you playing this
It's
deep
live, so
against everyone?
huh?
I'm deep with this guy and this guy. This is the guy I blasted off the nines with against. And then this is Rubik's Cube.
Got it.
Rubik's Cube usually folds to my ISOs, so I was kind of more targeting this old guy right here when I did this. Not expecting to get called off the button, call and then called here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
this hand I think lends itself more to an ISO closer to the button.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's gangster. But now you're in a very man in the middle, very difficult situation with a hand
Yeah.
often, which is going to hard to be played post flop.
Yeah.
How
Get a
do you hit it?
beautiful flop.
I hate that flop.
I
Oh.
love it. Now I'm in a weird spot where this guy leads. So this is conflicting because he's now like normally a donk heads up. This is a not shit hand.
Mhm.
So we're I'm kind of like I actually was sitting here thinking for like a minute after we bet what I want to do because I in some situation don't mind check raising this hand or I don't mind raising this hand, but I'm in position, so I'm kind of like I don't really need to raise this hand. Top pair, no kicker, but I
So
have a
one
gutter.
way I would think about this is, well, you can argue he doesn't have a re-raise, but a re-raise, this is a good player, right? This is Rubik's Cube.
But he's better than Poole, which doesn't mean much, but
This is a very interesting choice, but I would be hesitant to raise here in position because if he re-raises you, it's really unpleasant with the hand you have.
so what goes through my head is I'm in position. I have a good hand. I have the backdoor flush draw, and I have a gutter. It's a definitely from out of position. I'm gonna check raise the shit out of this hand. From in position for right now, I don't know what position it's gonna
Yeah, not
look
to
like in a
mention you
second
have
here.
player to act behind.
Yes, so I just call here, which I'm okay with. I don't
I think it's preferable to call here. I mean, uh, Mike might have more insight to this given his Nuffle graduate degree, but generally, I think when someone's going to dunk into multiple people, massively
usually
multi either
stronger.
way, also in the fact that he may be a somewhat educated player, he's probably going to have a little bit stronger of a range here.
What I was thinking is that this is usually so I'm conflicted though because of this size, but also so it's multi-way and he takes a small size. So like multi-way, stronger hand from first position,
Yes. Yeah.
but small size, weaker hand.
I
No,
mean, if he's
So
a
not
really
I'm
good
like,
player,
necessarily.
he's going to know that this hits his limp call range more than you. I mean, if you put
yeah,
this in a solver, this is going to have some donks, I think. And like it would have some donks as an SRP against big blind. But um so this is an interesting spot. I don't think you need to raise it ever.
But also, I wouldn't put too much weight on this being a small bet because a lot of people know multi-way
multi-way,
pots bet
small
small.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm back and forth in between here in this spot. Um, I didn't think I need to really start thing here. I kind of thought I like to get the information on what the player on the button does, and
Mhm.
then
Yeah,
what
I would raise
happens
them.
Or
on the
simply
turn.
classify your hand. Your hand is not a premium made hand here. It's a
Yeah, I
margin.
have
It's a
showdown
marginally made
basically.
hand with draw. It's a showdown value hand. So
Yeah,
that
I don't need to turn it into a bluff.
no, and certainly not now with this lack of
Yes.
with this much information.
Yeah, so and I'm also trying to think about what his range is here. I think he has like 7x, 6x.
Mhm.
I mean, he also has top of range,
5x.
which is sets, and then he's got pair like similar hands to me, pair plus straight draws
Yeah,
and flush draws. So he's got a lot of stuff here. I think he's still somewhat wide in this situation. I don't think it's to be super nutted yet.
I would expect his hands that hit this if he doesn't have a set. I would expect them to be suited based on the pre-flop action. So we'll see if that matters as it goes forward. So for
Just make the
example, I
call.
expect that he only has 5, 6 of, you know, hearts, spades, and clubs. He doesn't have
Yeah.
those ones. So there's only 3 combos. Okay, going on. So you call, player 9 calls. This is both good and bad. Now player 5 is going to be incentivized to check a lot of his hands.
This is an interesting spot. Huh. I think, yeah. I think you're gonna raise there, and I think that's right play.
Oh, you're taking a guess on what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I am. I think you're gonna raise, and I think it's the right thing
You're
to do.
not
Good raise.
wrong. I'm definitely gonna race now.
Good raise.
As
Yeah.
I just got premium with a gutter. I would still consider this a premium when he takes
Now it's
this sizing.
premium
If he
against that.
went if he went to like 75 here, now I'm
Now
just
he
gonna
has better.
call.
Now he has bigger sevens than you. Yeah,
Yeah, but if
and
he
full
goes,
houses.
yeah, so now we're in the spot where he goes 20, and I'm trying to think. So basically, I mean, like I was considering calling, but I was like, calling just seems outrageous. I was like, he still has a lot of like draws and stuff that should be inelastic right now,
Mhm,
right? And he should have some pair push draws still.
mhm.
Um, and then obviously a 7x is going to call, which isn't good either. But
Yeah,
it, when he calls here and then he, I just think a raise. I feel like it's ridiculous to not raise.
I like the raise.
I go to 100. It ends up folding around, but I just thought this was a very
Hmm.
interesting spot where they lead here, and then now I make this. Now we raise, and I kind of really I wish I knew what he had here because I'm very confused on. I
I think
think a
he's got a
lot of
draw
his.
that's trying to set his price a lot.
That's what I would think too. Is I think he's got a lot of draws that
Like
try to
eight,
set his.
nine, nine, 10 are set are spades. The
Yeah,
set.
that's what I would
I mean, this
think.
is going to be uh, the sizing on flop doesn't point towards that, but the sizing on turn does.
Yeah, it's.
It's a very weird play he made, frankly, but
I didn't expect him to fold. That's what I can say. Is I thought that a lot of his draws are going to call here, and that then he also has 7x, which I'm not going to love, obviously, but
well,
Yeah,
interesting. I'm not going to run because of there that could be kicked. But yeah, I mean, I started to take him away from 7x too, because obviously when that seven pairs and I have a seven, it's unlikely for him to have a seven. He donk let in into two people for a small size. So I think it's more marginal hands and draws. I think that there's a lot of times it's just a spade draw or straight draw. Decides price to get there. I told him no.
it's a very interesting hand.
Yeah, I thought this was.
it doesn't feel like pocket fives with a fold. I'll tell you. When he folds there, it feels weaker than a pair plus draw. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's the one thing I do know is that he's willing to chase draws as well as something. At least maybe I've played with him one other time and he chased a flop top two. I go bet and he has a backdoor flush draw. And he calls, makes it, and then I go big on the turn to target the draws that got the things that picked up equity. Like I think he had a combo draw then after that. And he called and then he hit it and my money.
Yep.
Um
I don't know what his hand was.
yeah, it's very I wonder. I don't know. It's interesting.
I can think of one hand actually that makes a lot of sense. That actually does make a lot of sense. Except for the opening call, but he might have done it. 6-4 suited.
It does make that does make a lot of sense, actually. Yes.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
But why would he small bet
Now
turn?
doesn't want it because he doesn't want to give up the betting lead and he doesn't want to bet big.
Yeah, maybe.
I know it's an interesting spot. I would
Yeah.
love to be able to pull like. I wish that we were playing on stream and I could go and look at his hand.
Yeah. I like
So I
him.
don't want people to be able to look at my hand. So,
Yeah.
um, okay, and then final hand. Okay, this one is a. So
So you're
this
really
might
deep
also.
at this point. It's just late at night.
Yes, I'm 600 deep. It was about 1 a.m. I think. Um, this could be really it might be a little bit light.
This is fucking gangster.
No, this is
Well,
this is
let's
all
talk
right.
about these. Let's talk about
Size.
these guys' habits. Like, are we like? So, like, is this initial razor like a 50 VPIP or something?
This is Rubik's Cube.
All right.
This guy splits his range from what I had seen,
Okay.
between
Now,
a 15
Oh,
open and a 10 open,
not as happy.
and then a limp open.
Yeah.
So
so then I
15
am
open
not.
is his strongest hands. A 10 open is from what I'd seen like his better hands, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
limps with his weaker hands.
Okay.
So if it
Now
was
I
a
now I
15 open, I probably would just fold
okay. Now
because
I like it better.
when he splits though with like bigger size and
So he tri
open.
splits his range. He has 3 open sizes.
Yes, he's got three opening sizes, and his stronger hands go. From what I had seen, he had aces. They went to 15, and then he had Jack 10 suited that went to 10.
So
Okay.
what's his VPIP though? Like 60% or something?
Probably 40 to 50-ish.
All
He's an
right.
older guy, so he limps a lot. He's gonna limp a lot, and then he's gonna have two opening sizes as well. And this is Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube will not call me. Three bet, please.
Okay. So this is
So we want to
this
get
is
heads
I
up.
think this is a little gangster.
So we go to 45. And I don't know how I feel about this side. I'm gonna go like 50 here instead, at least.
It feels small to me.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's fine though. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean
theoretically, this
55.
isn't
When I
this
say
is the
small,
size.
I'm only going to 55, but it is 10 more.
Okay. And now he goes like this,
Huh.
which is significant.
Yeah.
Why is
Is
it what makes it significant?
he's leading in a three bet pot for $50, which isn't like
And he's an
technically
OMC.
he's from what I'd seen so far, I'd only seen him get it in with the Nets.
So what
Like
is his range, yeah?
I think he's got when he leads, I think he's got mostly two pair plus. I think there is possible he's gonna be a little bit more passive with like ace queen and stuff. So I still think he has ace queen, king queen, queen jack, pocket jacks. He may call pocket fours, pocket queens. I don't think a lot of his strong are going to play this aggressively. So I think a lot of time this is a made hand. There's two clubs on the board. Let's not get outdrawn. Is what the
Okay.
thought process is here. So I'm
You're
just going to
hating
call
that
one.
range then.
What's up? Yeah, I don't
You're
like it.
hating.
Yeah, I'm not loving this, but I don't. I'm not going to fold yet. I want him to tell me twice because I'm a fish. But
Also,
so I,
there's pool tendencies that these donks are not the top of their range. So
it's
Yeah, but I
true, but I
think
think
he
how much is that
classified this
adjusted when you
particular
go
player that this
bigger?
player was different than Poole.
yeah, yeah.
And
I was saying that those also exist. So moving on. Yeah.
it's true, but also like so that's what's conflicting once again is they donk for a small size in a single raise pot. It's almost never a strong hand, but that he's donking for what is considered to be a significant size in my game in a three bet pot.
In a three bet pot
In
that he was the initial raiser. So he could
yeah,
easily, yeah,
he can have
five
still, and
jacks,
he's not the player that's going to. Don't think he's going to four bet jacks or queens or ace queen. So he still has
all those.
Yeah, I think he
all of
still
those
has
hands.
king. This
Yeah, I
type of
mean,
player won't four bet kings either.
yeah, I mean that's kind of what's going through my head right now is that I don't love it, but I'm not going to fold yet.
That's fair.
And now we pick up. We're open ended. Is this insane? Like a nit insane for me? I folded here.
What
when
size
he
did he
just
use?
No.
Well,
he
let's just
goes to
look at pure
120.
pot odds here. What do you
I mean, I
he?
got 8
What did he?
times 216. He bets 120 into, he bets about 60%
I think the
into.
fold is great. I think it's a fold of a lion.
There you go.
I don't think, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea to call here. It just doesn't seem right. I was like, and when I'm calling, if I'm calling, I'm I'm drawing. I'm not
Hmm.
expecting to like this
Yeah.
is a I'm calling to try and hit an ace or a
I
nine. I'm
think your
not
Yeah.
calling
And
to
stack
you're
depth
try.
splitting
behind
when
is
you
important
hit.
here.
Yeah.
You're calling to hit an ace or a nine, and you're wondering what to do when you hit a queen.
And you're wondering
And
what to
you're
do when you
Wow.
hit an ace or nine of clubs.
exactly. And you're chopping when you do hit an ace and losing when you hit a nine sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is that I'm
Yeah,
just
that's a
not
good point.
in I think that I didn't think that I felt really tight doing this, but I think I just fold here. I don't think this is a good spot to look up a guy. I didn't know I've played with him. This was the first time I played with him. I probably played with him for 4 hours though, and seemed like he was loose pre-flop, but seemed pretty tight post. Like he was not playing.
So, question for you: did you have to put thought into this, or was this instant luck?
Thought about it for probably 10 seconds and threw it away. Like, yeah, I don't think
I would
I was just
struggle folding this, but I think that you're right, and I think Mike's right. That you
I think
might
I
be
make
just
it. I think I
drawing
play
to a
with it
chop
well.
here. Are you drawing to a suck out to a nine?
Yeah,
Would you
it's
call
I think I make a
if you
mistaken call here.
would you call if you started the hand with 1,000?
me.
1,000 effective to start the hand.
What do we think the implied odds are when we hit a nine
Means
or an ace?
means means he
It
has
was
at
the thing
least
is that I
500 more or 400 more.
think that I don't know if that's even better to justify a call because even though he may be playing this aggressively, I don't think I'm going to get all of his money when I do hit. And there's a
How
four card
about
straight on the board.
Really
how
visible.
about if a club comes? Say the river is a deuce of clubs.
Now I
Are you
have some
gonna
creativity.
And he checks.
and he checks. Would you
Uh,
jam?
I if we were deeper, we're 1,000 deep.
Because
Or
right
we
now, I don't think if you call and a club comes, I don't
no, we're not.
think bluffing is a good idea.
Yeah, but if are you asking if I'm 1,000 deep and a club comes
Yeah,
with this guy?
yeah, meaning
Then I'm okay with it.
once you call here, the pot is gonna be like 450, and
Or
he has
s-
about 750 or 800 behind.
yeah, then I'm okay with it because I can probably make him fold some strong
Yeah.
situation. I would
Yeah,
say that his range is weighted so far from draws, right? And when not changing card comes in, I can push him off of a lot of hands. The question is, I mean, I don't know the guy well enough either. I mean, the one thing, like I said, is are they capable of folding strong hands? Is I go for like I don't assume they are until they've shown me that they are, that they
yeah,
aren't until
that's probably a good idea. That's what I did not do when I first start hungry horsing.
yeah, and that's
Yeah,
the one that's like my one qualm with him is that he at least at 1-2, maybe at 2-5 when players are still not good, but they may have and you're deep, like you can kind of do that more. But I'm usually playing not super deep with players that aren't good and are not capable of folding very strong hands. So, like
yeah,
with that one guy where you saw I turned the pocket nines into a bluff, I know he's capable of of folding strong hands, and we were deep enough that I think that my overbet, my check rate, my check jam on the river is it can get him to fold strong hands other than queen X and full houses and stuff like that. But obviously, I told you my thought process. I don't think he ever had a queen there.
So
yeah.
there's one other hand, by the way, that we brushed over as if he doesn't have it, that that he could be in his range right now, and
Ace
that
king.
is ace king. It
Yep.
really can
No,
be,
who brushed over that?
Yeah, I was
specifically
thinking
ace
ace
king of
king.
clubs.
He
Yeah,
absolutely has ace king here a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
His
I
bet
think
on the
that's less
flop,
of that though.
his bet on the flop doesn't feel ace kingy based on your description of him, but it does feel ace kingy with a club, with the ace of
Mhm.
clubs, and certainly the ace king of clubs, both of them.
Right.
That's easy. Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah. I don't know.
definitely.
I thought this was the right fold. I was happy with this. And you know what I've been doing really good with right now is folding. I've been doing much better at folding.
It's that.
Let me ask you one question. What's the win rate per hour?
Right now.
Huh?
Right, I just went through a downswing, so let me see what it is now. Is that
Doesn't matter.
It's your-
Overall.
yeah.
Overall.
well, I only have 300 some hours.
That's
Start.
that's enough. You playing what? 1-2, 1-3?
1-2.
One, two. Let me pull it up real quick. So it
Yeah.
was 12 big blinds an hour about a month ago. It's probably down now though.
All right. While you're setting that up, was this your last hand?
Yep, that's it. Somebody
Okay.
else can take it
Yeah,
over.
I'm going to put up a hand, and then we'll go back to what your win rate is. Here we go.
Mike, you had some hands too, right?
Yeah, but it's too late for those.
Are
Oh,
you
is
gonna
it?
be around
Okay.
tomorrow?
Oh, then we'll just do
Not
the one.
sure.
I'm at 8 big blinds an hour.
That's nice.
Yeah, you still it like these plays that you're exploiting is probably the right play. Like regardless what people, you don't have to do anything. You're just
Yeah.
going with your read. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, part of it is printing in situations where I shouldn't win and getting those bluffs through and then making folds where it's like,
Oh, this is my shit.
Yeah. We're gonna end with Sam shit.
My
All right.
shenanigans.
I think
And
this is
then do we want to discuss that? I don't know if we want to say it on recording.
Oh, sure. We'll discuss it off recording, whatever it is. Don't even remember what it was, but here we go.
In
So
the chat.
because this is Sam's hand, I would normally let Sam narrate it, but screw that because he didn't put it in the replayer, so I did. So we have a button straddle, and Sam is going with the strategy of limping your playable range in the small blind, and that is a reasonable strategy in this. In this particular hand, it goes exactly wrong, where we get a call, and no raise, and now we have to take aces to the flop 4 ways. So check out of position, see what happens. We look with the intent to check raise. Okay, maybe, and then maybe not check raise after a raise and a re-raise. Joey would make an argument now for folding aces right now.
I don't think it's a
No.
bad move to fold aces right here.
Yeah, Joey would make a an argument about folding
we
aces
go,
right now.
we go check, raise, raise.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you're loving this spot, aren't you, Sam?
Sam,
No, I'm not loving it. But the
he's not
guy,
loving it enough to put in a check 4 bet
yeah,
or
the
check 4 bet.
guy on the button is a winning regular.
Yeah.
Um, so he's repping deuces. He's definitely not racing deuces.
Right.
He could have 9 deuce off, 9-7 off,
Deuce off.
7 deuce.
Yeah, he was.
But with this size, it could also be a hand like a king 9,
Wait, is this
like
a
off
button? Is this
Button
a
straddle.
button
button
straddle? Okay.
straddle.
Button
I was gonna
straddle.
say,
He
how did he
checked it.
get here
He
with
he
nine
checked his
deuce?
option.
Yeah. So
So
he doesn't.
he has 7 deuce in his range. 7 deuces in his range.
Yeah. So he does not have. he doesn't. He doesn't have
He probably doesn't have
a
a
set of
7 deuce.
nines. He doesn't have a set of nines. He does not have a set of sevens. I've seen him open those over 2 limps.
Would he ever just check his option with anything like an overpair here, like tens or jacks, or would he always ISO?
No. He's raising 7 plus. He's raising.
Okay,
He's
how about eight?
You've seen him versus 2 limps raise the sevens from the button straddle or ISO
he's
limps with
he,
pocket.
You
no
said
he over
sevens plus,
over
but you
2
said he never has
limps.
deuces here.
Over 2 limbs, he will over limp with deuces, but sevens plus, he would open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's not really opening. He's checking his option on the button. He could get sneaky with sevens, is what I'm asking. Or that's just
he
not something
could,
he's going to do.
he could, but unlikely. And
Right.
then on top of that, I think he's gonna raise bigger if he does raise here. I know the board is dry, but I think he's gonna raise bigger.
And the
So
thing that
we could still have the best hand here.
the thing I forgot to put in, when I first put this in and then lost it, which is saying this is an aware player who can hand read. The
Yeah.
last phrase matters. He can hand read. All right.
And he also has a lot of draws here, just like a lot of them. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. So-
6-8 off. Like what is it? five, six, is that a good? No, five,
5-6 is a gutter.
seven.
Five,
Yeah,
six
five,
with
six.
spades.
Oh,
5-8,
Eight of
8-10,
spades.
8
yeah, like
jack are all gutters.
yeah, like a bunch of shit, bunch of them.
Yeah.
So we
does he know
call.
your strategy that you limp like your range, like when you're playing a button straddle? Does he
Oh
know?
yeah, he's very cautious against me. This guy, he three bets quite a bit from the blinds. So I've did it to him a couple times where I don't have a premium, where some dumb limp. I ISO, he three bets, and then the dumb call the three bet, and then I four bet. He just folds to me. He perceives me as tight. So when I call here, he knows what's up.
Yeah, he should be very aware of the fact that you're willing to flat a raise and an open and a raise in a
Like
multi pot
I pretty much
at a
will
position.
never limp. Like
Yeah.
I might
You
have like
sh-
Jack 10 here suited, but I don't think I'm gonna call. Like I don't know. He's not deep enough. I'm probably not like if I call Jack 10 here, they're all with black backdoor flushes.
Yeah, by the action here, I would assume you would be the strongest hand if I was in it.
Yeah.
Right. So Sam calls. Joey, if he got here with this logic, might have folded already, but is looking to do a lot of folding on the turn, probably. The king comes. That should be bad for his range. He bet
And
65 into.
mind you, I could have pocket kings here too. So
Yep. Yep.
um,
He bet 65 into 147.
small bet.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking he most likely hand is just like a 9x kind of hand.
Yeah.
Because now the board is draw heavy. It's kind of wet. I think if he has a stronger hand, he's just gonna bet bigger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, what
So
would
like,
he do with two pair here?
Hmm?
I mean, what would he do with two pair here after you cold call that raise?
I think he just bets bigger. Like,
You think he's still gonna bet big with that? Because I have a feeling
yeah,
like
he's
sets are most of what he's gonna bet very large with here.
no, he like if he had 9-7 here, I think he's gonna like it's gonna be close to like 100, 110 sort of deal.
So are you
It's
considering
not. It's
raising or
not.
just
I
calling?
think. No, it's not. I think. I have seen it,
Okay.
so I was
All right.
pretty confident that. But then I don't want to like. I mean, I don't want to raise and get him off of hand if he's like drawing. And this guy,
You can
So right
still
now
draw.
on a
Still could
blank,
draw.
are you gonna lead the river?
Oh, wait. Don't ask that question yet.
don't ask
No,
that
no,
Oh,
no.
question.
No,
that's
no, don't
this.
ask that question, Brumman. Oh, no, there's a much better question coming up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So there's the call. The question
I
is, are you
call.
going to lead on a non-blank?
Yeah.
Because there's no, so other than Sam, anybody here have a reason to lead on this card?
You have tons of reasons to lead on this card. All of
Okay.
his 9x is never gonna bet. All of his value hands are shriveled up right now, but are gonna call.
All right.
And
So
it's
Sam bet.
unlikely that he had a back door. Yeah.
All right. So Sam bets. So Brian's betting, Sam's betting. Anybody else betting out on this turn, on this river? It's the
I
island
like
of
to lead
Brian
on
and
this
Sam.
river.
No.
Okay. What?
I think I like a lead on the river for the.
Okay. All right. So I'm not leading the river. Mike's not leading the river, right?
No, I think I prefer check and then call some
Check
bets.
call. Good. Larry's definitely not leading on this river, right?
No, I prefer check.
Okay. Right. So you lead, and now comes the fun.
Oh, God.
All right. And this is where the analysis comes in. So anybody but Sam talk about the hand. Because Sam
Okay,
played it and
so
I already have it and I've already thought about it.
well, we shouldn't have excluded any draws on the turn that continue to bet. They might bet small with clubs, but what is he? He goes to 225.
Oh, and by the way, how much is this kind of accurate that he bet not all in, but we don't know how much. I made
No,
up this.
he has about like 100. Like this is
This is
about
about
right.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
Can you run
Okay.
through the action again real quick?
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll walk
So-
through it one more time. Pre-flop,
Is-
it is a range limp to a button straddle that gets limped around, then a check with the intent to check raise that changes its mind when it gets bet and raised and goes, I thought I had the best hand. Well, I'm not folding aces yet. And then it's just heads up, then a check, and the small bet made Sam go, okay, I think I have the best hand here most of the time. Calls. The four of clubs comes. He goes, well, now he's not going to bet any of his marginal stuff, but he'll still call. So I have to bet out. So he bets small, 75, and gets raised to 225,
see.
non all in.
One battle, so we RFI'd from.
Are we
So
thinking
We
about
are.
this one?
Yes.
So we go, he raises, so that's a lot of draws can raise, but then I mean it looks a lot like a draw that picked up equity on the turn and continued for a small size because they didn't want to rip like crazy. But then
What
again,
draw picks up equity on the turn? Oh, right. No, the clubs, of course. Right. Is
6-8 of
10 of
clubs, stuff like
King of
that.
clubs,
But
six,
then
eight of clubs, jack
Yeah,
10
yeah.
of clubs.
why would those hands ever not they would probably blast right there. They wouldn't go small.
Right.
Why would you check raise and then pick up
Ace
equity and
seven,
go small?
8-7 of clubs, ace seven, which don't seem to play. Maybe don't raise the flop, but those are there.
Well, this is a good reg. He knows I picked up equity. It's we want to maximize fold equity because you kind of assume you're behind when you have if you have 8-7 of clubs or 9-7 of clubs or ace-7 of clubs or something like that, you're behind when they call this bet
Seven deuce of
after you
clubs. You can
seven
have seven
deuce.
deuce of clubs. It's
Ace
only one.
third.
It's only one combo, but it's not excluded. He has every hand in range going to the flop.
Fuck, I
This
hate this
is
spot.
ace 7 of clubs. First of all, would never raise the flop because that hand has showdown. It's just gonna call the small bet, even though
Okay.
it's a pot size.
Okay.
So like the hands that he's
Wait,
repping
let me
here,
think.
and then we
Let me
don't think
think.
it's a flush.
Hold on, Sam. You're talking now. We've only heard Brian. Anyone but me and Sam. I shouldn't have said anything either.
Is there,
What
um,
hands are he repping?
is he aware enough that, and I mean, solid enough, you think that he would consider raising the river as a bluff, knowing that you're aware and are betting for value, thinking all of his marginal stuff will never bet, but is going to call. So when you bet, I mean, are we leveling ourselves into that or?
He doesn't have to.
Sam's small
Yes,
size feels like it's never a flush. Yes.
yes. He
Right.
know he knows
He
I'm a
is
reg.
aware enough that he will bluff this card.
He knows I'm a reg. He knows I'm tight. He knows I'm not bluffing this river. He knows. Yeah, he's like very cautious against me.
He knows that this is not a
Well, when you
flush.
say all those things, it makes me want to run.
yeah, I think
I
after
mean,
we
all
all
that
that
info makes me want
context, this is an overfold.
All right. Now here comes the question before analysis. Okay. Because this is so a lot of you are folding here, right? We're getting a
yeah.
lot of folds.
Yeah, with
I
that
mean,
additional information, yeah, I'm folding.
Okay. Now one more question. Okay. So we think he has a lot of value here, right?
do we beat any of his value?
No. Let's list off what the value is that gets here and makes sense. This is what I didn't do, and this is what Sam did do.
It
Okay.
doesn't really make this small bet doesn't make sense for most of the value. That's the problem. Small
Right.
bet on the turn. That's what
Okay.
doesn't make sense. Is they shouldn't have a ton of clubs here because why would you check raise your backdoor clubs as a bluff and then pick up equity and go small? That doesn't make any sense.
We
Where
can't
was the
check
check
raise.
raise, by the way? I
And
don't
then
remember.
on
No
top
check
of that,
raise.
now not go all in.
Now, not jam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was the check raise?
There's no check raise.
Yeah,
On the flop. Oh
There's
yeah,
On
a
the
the
raise,
flop.
raise on the
On the
flop. Sorry,
flop.
straight up
sorry, sorry.
raise.
Why would you
Imposition.
raise though as a bluff there and then not continue when you get
Not bet big
more
on the
equity?
turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you shouldn't have a lot of clubs here, I would think. And then, oh my God, it just doesn't make fucking sense. So what? He has like, so he's saying he's got two pair. I mean,
Okay, so does deuce deuce make sense, to play it this way? It's deuce deuce and 7-7, 7-7 when he gets here that way, but they're the same hand. Does everything fit here for deuce deuce? The size on the turn?
No.
No.
Sevens don't make sense. Deuces don't make sense. 9-7 doesn't make sense. 9-deuce doesn't make sense. 7-deuce doesn't make sense.
Okay,
King 9 doesn't make
I'm with you.
sense.
Can Sam have a flush here?
Yes.
Okay. Can Sam have a flush for the
I mean, he
size
doesn't have
he
a lot
bet?
of flushes though.
Can Sam
He
have a
doesn't
flush
have a
for the
lot.
size he bet?
No, I
What
don't
was
have.
the
I
pot
like
before?
honestly, I
Go to
don't
the
have
pot
any
before.
flush
Okay.
here.
Yeah, you
So
don't have
then,
any flushes
Sam,
here. This
I
is
don't
makes
know
why,
if
sense.
Sam ever really can have flushes here.
Because
so
what are
when
you
does,
calling a raise with like
What are you
A7
calling when it goes
suited?
bet
Like,
raise on the flop and you're out of position? You're never calling a backdoor. I
yeah,
mean,
what
and
are
I
you
don't think
limping?
Sam's playing open limping first to act with any like 10-8 of clubs, 6-8 of club. I just don't see.
So you have
right.
no flushes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have no flushes, zero.
Okay. So we decided deuce deuce doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does seven deuce of clubs make sense? Is that the only hand? And does it make sense? And is it the only hand that makes sense?
I mean, even that doesn't make sense. Why would 7-deuce go small on the turn? I mean, yeah, it has more. It can pick up a flush. It picked up a flush draw, but that would be more me to just continue to bet bigger.
Yeah, but 7 deuce is invulnerable because it picked up a flush draw. 7 deuce with no flush draw.
Yeah, he's not really vulnerable. He wants at this point when that king peels, you can't. I mean, other than like, but I mean, what do you get there with a naked king? Like, you just don't have that much. So
Right.
bet
But that's
small
what
to
that's
keep your
could that
range
be why
wide.
this could that
I
be
mean,
why
you're
the seven
condensed to
deuce
over pairs, basically.
could that be why seven deuce bets smaller? Is that when the king comes, Sam's range has been so downgraded that he can't call the big bet anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if he's an aware
I
player, he
guess
should be
fucking.
aware that. I mean, what are you over? What are you calling his raise with on the flop? The king he's either on the turn, he's either way ahead or way behind. If he's got 7 deuce of clubs, he's only slightly behind or way ahead.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah.
it makes sense to bet small and make sure you stay in the hand.
Right.
So shit, 7-deuce is the only hand that makes sense.
So seven deuce is the only hand that makes sense to me when we go through it this far. And I didn't exclude deuce deuce as much as you guys did. I
I
did.
think he has quite a bit of deuce here.
Right. So
That
let's be generous and give him seven of clubs, deuce of clubs, and seven and deuce deuce. That's it.
Why wouldn't we
he knows
exclude?
even with deuce, like because it's such a dry board, he can raise small, try and keep the original better in because the original better probably has very few instances of pocket nines or pocket sevens.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a lot to worry about even on the flop with deuces. Once you call, your range is just so condensed and not very strong. He knows when the king peels, he knows you don't have clubs.
Okay.
So
So you're convincing so you're still with deuce deuce and I'm M2. I'm this
deuce
with
deuce.
this small a value range and nothing else making sense. Do you call
I think he
now that
can
we go
even
this
have
far?
some. I think he can have some pocket sevens.
Okay, so seven seven, but
I mean,
seven seven and
he's
deuce
on
deuce
the
are the
button
equivalent.
with the limp.
Yeah,
It's different than isoing versus limpers.
yeah,
Even if it's not a but because it was a button straddle, he's on the button with a few limpers. I mean, a good player is every once in a while gonna say, "I'm gonna check here, and if I
right,
spike a set, my hand is a lot more disguised."
right. Okay, great. So we'll give him half of the seven sevens with this as his
Okay.
value range.
I think if you add that and then say that does not like playing against you, basically, he thinks you're super tight and scared, then I think with those two
And this guy is
points, you kind of have to
capable.
fold.
This guy
What's
is
up?
capable. This guy is capable of bluffing. So
Yeah.
he is capable.
He is capable.
Yes.
Yeah,
What was your sizing? Go back to before he raises.
75,
75
75
Yeah,
in
no. Into what?
into
147.
no,
two
Okay.
no
277,
220, 210, 220,
277.
250.
So
77.
when you say he's capable, is he the type of capable that's like, oh, small sizes? Like, is he going to play the way I would or somebody else and maybe in this group would play of, okay, this is just never a strong
Right.
hand.
He threw out a little block bet. Let me.
Let me push him off of it.
Yeah, he is capable against like these, yeah,
Okay.
block bets.
Does that feel to you Like a push
That
him off
changes a lot.
size? But does that feel to you like a push him off size?
I would go bigger.
3x when he's only got 125
Yeah, I
line?
mean, that feels like a please call me size. Why, if it's a push them off size on this, you're probably just going to rip it in. You're not going to keep back. I mean, the 125 is like you bet small, so I'll raise small relative to the pot, like price you in. You almost have to call.
All right, so we
My
go with the
my
checklist. Did
mind
we
you,
give him
my
rope?
yeah,
Yeah.
mind you, my range is still very strong here. Even though I don't have flushes,
You
I'm
have
just
all the
gonna have
sets
like
still.
yeah, I'm gonna just have like a bunch of sets here. Like I mean, you saw me
Eh.
raise. I mean, limp aces. I could have a set of kings. I could have a set of nines. I could have a set of sevens. I'm just like because of this player, I was never gonna race the flop when he raises
Yeah.
the guy who leads out. I
Okay,
was just
so we gave him rope, kind of.
Our hand is furiously under repped.
Our hand is
But
under repped. We gave him rope. He
He is capable.
he is capable, and but we do not beat value.
Mhm.
and
Pure
he
bluff
has a bunch
catcher.
of and he has a bunch of bluffs
And it's a turn and it is a
and
raised river. And it is a
and it's a river race, but
Everything's conflicting.
I know.
yeah, it's conflicting, and I cannot, given the line that he took, I cannot find the value hand because any two pairs of sets would just
Except for one.
bet would bet bigger on the
Three.
turn
Yeah,
first.
but no, but I agree that I don't think he has deuces and sevens in his range
Yeah, and
because
then
he's going to bet bigger on the turn with deuces and sevens. I think that
He
seven deuce
may
of
be.
clubs is the only hand that makes sense.
I don't think they race thin on the river because when I donk out here, I'm just gonna have like a set of sevens or a set of nines, like quite a bit. I don't
So
think
when
they
he
raise. Yeah, I don't think he raises king nine because like the sizing that he's
have to
repping here.
call,
Yeah, his sizing he's repping here is some kind of a two pair or a set
I mean, yeah,
because my
you lose
line
to
is so
one hand.
yeah, my line is so strong that I think if he had a flush, he's just gonna jam because
Well, I think if he had a flush, he would have bet bigger on the turn. So I think on the turn he bets bigger. So I think that there's basically one combo that you lose to seven deuce of clubs because I don't think he has a lot of deuces. Don't think he has a lot of seven X. Like I
Pocket sevens. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
like
and then
pocket
so
sevens, pocket deuces. He doesn't. He's not doing this with two pair on the
I
river.
wouldn't say he's not, but like yes, unlikely. Like the sizing is just conflicting. It's not a flush. It's repping a two pair, but it doesn't. It's not consistent with the turn bet size.
That's the problem. Is the turn bet size
Yeah,
doesn't
and
make
then I
sense for
look at
sets or two pair and or flushes because all of his flushes that picked up more equity would go bigger.
yeah, and then you look at the other side. Would he bluff the flop with this small sizing? 8-6 of 8-6 off, 8-5 off, five,
Well, give him eight, six of spades.
yeah, five
Five,
six
eight of
off,
spades.
What
Eight,
about
10 of spades.
six
Yeah.
of clubs, Jack 10 of clubs?
Jack 8
The
off.
the
I think
hands
all
that might
those.
have,
The
yeah,
most
all of
important
those,
thing is he doesn't have the nut flush because the nut flush would not raise the flop because a nut flush
right.
would either have a
It would be
pair.
ace seven of clubs or ace deuce of clubs or just
Yeah,
ace
And neither of
blank
those
of
is a good
clubs.
raise. Yep.
Right.
he would not raise with the nut flush, backdoor nut flush on the
Okay,
flop.
so
So
now the
you're like,
question is, does he have enough behind to make him fold?
No.
He does not.
Ace
So
eight of
and
clubs.
and I just can't find the value. And then on top of that, I just think he has a lot of bluffs. Like he's capable of bluffing here. Like the line just makes no sense. The hands that he's repping versus the sizes he's taking just makes no sense to me. And he
So
doesn't have the nuts here.
so one more question before we reveal what Sam did and what happens when I click the button, which is with all this logic, we're also excluding ace eight of clubs as a reasonable semi-bluff small pre And then when the king comes, he picks up equity, but he doesn't bet it big. No, the thing you guys believe is that when the king comes, he bets his ace eight of clubs big, or he checks behind and takes his equity. He doesn't choose a medium size in the middle, right?
What I would think.
Right.
Okay.
I think a
That's what
lot
this
of the like,
ace eight of clubs
I think
doesn't.
a lot of the, if he's got like 6-8 of clubs, 10-8 of clubs, Jack 10 of clubs, 10-6 of clubs, that I mean that
But
maybe
they bet
said
small.
I'm gonna bluff the flop, or I'm gonna small raise on the flop, picks up equity on the turn, is like, all right, I'm gonna keep barreling small.
But why am I keeping barreling
Why
small?
would you barrel
Remember
small?
what
It just
Sam's
doesn't make
range looked like.
sense.
Is he barreling small because he's going to go all in on the? Oh, wait a minute. Is he barreling small because he's going to go all in on the river if he misses, and because he didn't miss, he's betting smaller now to get you to call? Because is
No,
that?
this guy is not he's not
I'm asking.
hungry
Yeah,
horse.
Go
but
to the
No,
turn
I'm asking
pre-action.
Andy's. I'm asking Andy's logic.
Go to
In
the
Andy's
turn
I
logic,
mean,
pre-action,
if he's not a
please.
horse, barrel small because it's still a bluff. And I mean,
but it's a bluff. That
I don't
it's a bluff
think
that's guaranteed not to work, right? Because 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 Sam called a bet and a raise out of position to two players. So 65 is not getting Andy is not getting Sam to fold whatever
I'm
he
not
calls.
saying
Then why bet?
that he's trying to get folds. He's trying to get a call on the turn.
Right. He's trying to get a call in the turn to get there on the river. And if he gets there, and if he doesn't get there, he's going to bluff it probably. And if he gets there, because remember, if all he wants to do is get there, then he doesn't bet anything on the turn. So he's got to be prepping for a jam when he misses and less than a jam when he gets there. And then all of a sudden, Sam bets out. When Sam bets out, he then always jams, right? Because
I
now
would
Sam
think
says,
so. I mean,
yeah,
I
okay, so
don't
that doesn't make sense.
with any value, I feel like this raise is just why the hell would you leave 125 behind with value unless it's like a
Okay,
please call me, please call me, please call me.
right. Okay. So with that in mind,
Unless he thinks Sam's going to level himself
right.
into this tiny raise, like screaming, please call me, has got to be super strength. But I don't know that Sam's going to level himself into that.
Okay. So with all that conversation, my question is this: has anyone switched? Everybody, almost everybody was fold on the river to this, right? That was our initial thing, was we got to fold.
Yeah.
Has anybody changed their mind after this extra
No,
analysis?
I'm still fold.
You're still team fold? All right.
Yeah, I just
God,
don't
this is
see any
fucked.
way
Who's
we.
on? All right. Who's what? You guys can see my screen. You guys can see my little notes here, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything is
Okay.
fucking conflicting because
I know.
if you go lead into him on the not changing card now, he raises. That makes no fucking sense for a bluff.
Okay. All right. So here are the options: fold, call, and raise. I'm going to say that no one is raising. No one is dumb enough to raise here.
No,
No.
That is a
If we
terrible.
there's
have
no
more behind,
raises.
maybe.
All right. All right. So Andy is team fold
Yeah,
still.
I think it's so hard. This is, God, this is nasty, Sam. I'm sorry you had to actually play through this.
Oh, I
The
did.
He,
I
hard,
did.
he got there fast.
I thought about it for 3 minutes. I did sit down and I
Yeah.
just calmly went through the hand.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I
it looks like
don't
Scotty,
know.
you've done some
If we
combinatorics.
believe,
And I didn't do any combinatorics. What I did was this. In my okay, I'll go. Well,
How good was he
I'll go
seeing
and
the
then Brian go.
reveal?
My thought process was this. I saw it and I said to Sam, I fold. You have to fold here. I know you're under rep, but you have to fold. You're saying you have a flush with your bet. He raises and says, I don't care that you have a flush, and he raises you. You have to fold. Sam then asked me the question, what's his value? And as I listed each one off, I said this, but not that, this, but not that. And the only hand, the only hands that made sense with the whole thing was 7-2 of clubs to me.
Yeah.
that's
That was
the
the only
only
one that
reason I can consider calling.
right. And so when I got to all that sense, I moved from fold to call, but I had to be led there through the question, but what value does he have? So that's what I switched on. Anybody else? Where are you?
If we run through and say, like, normally I'm gonna fold to 90% of population, but
Yep.
if he's capable,
He's capable of hand
it
raising.
makes
I'm
nothing makes
so
any
on the
fucking
fence.
sense.
And therefore,
Therefore, I think we can call.
all right, Brian
I
moved.
may have to do it. If I was live in game, I might have to do a chip flip on this one.
No chip flips. All right.
I mean, it's so like I would hate
Larry and Mike,
myself when I call this.
take a stand.
Oh
Against
God.
population, it's a fold.
Dean, take a stand against this guy.
Bunch of
Well, I think obviously we hero, but I don't find it.
Okay.
But
the pot odds are so damn good.
the products are good too. But
Just so weird.
Mike, are you still there? Or are you gone? Mike might be gone. Dean, you still there?
Dean
Uh,
says team fold in the
Dean,
chat.
Dean is on team full.
Almost
Thank
six
you.
to
I didn't.
one here. Fuck.
No, you see
I
where Dean.
can't wait for him to show the
Dean.
most stupid combo or something
See where
like
Dean.
that.
Okay. And I think we got everybody. There we go.
The only other question is, does he ever overvalue his hands?
Okay. By the way, Sam is on team call. I
Yeah.
want to point that out.
Can we get that answer first? And I might, does he ever overvalue hands?
No,
No? Okay.
no,
Then
So
I'm
this is a
still team
bluff.
full.
It's a bluff or nothing.
There we go.
no.
Eight,
nice.
5.
Oh,
Wow.
It's really like I could say that I think I would have folded in game because I don't think I would have gotten all the way to this thought process of the fact that like
I didn't get there.
when I lead there and he comes back over the top, I might have not taken the time to actually think it through.
Yeah.
But fuck, good call. I mean, that's it's just
No,
nothing that
I
you're
did
when you
think
really
about
think
it
of it.
for 3 minutes, and he did like when I lead out, he wasn't like raising right away. He did thought about the hand too, so he's thinking.
Yeah.
And like given the line that I cannot really find much value hands, but like I know he's gonna do this kind of shit on the flop where he raised like 5-6 off, 8-5, 8-6, like Jack 8 and all that kind of shit. So my conclusion was
The
to the
turn.
river. Yeah, to the river, he like on the turn he's also betting all those hand. He's unlikely to bet that sizing with the better hands like the two pairs and the sets. So at the river when I donk into him, he still has all those like Jack 8 off, 5-6, 5-8, 5-8-6 off, or like 10-6 off kind of hands. And I think this guy would raise here. He wouldn't like. I think this guy would raise here.
Well, he did.
And on top of that, yeah, on top of that, I think he's not gonna raise thin with like two pair. If he had 9-7, I think he's just likely to just call. If he had a flush, I think he's gonna just like rip it all in because my hand is so goddamn strong.
Yeah.
Like I have a set here like all day long. So there's no point in him just like dinky donk like this. So I
If he ripped it,
concluded
are
it's
you folding?
he did ask me that question, and I just laugh and brush it off.
I
Don't
it's
don't tell
hard.
don't tell him though. But if he rips it, I'm folding.
Well,
For
I'm sitting here
sure.
and I'm thinking the only thing that would get me away from still, even if he rips it, is it's the turn is what messes everything up.
Yeah.
Like when he goes small on the turn, that's the only way I can get to a spot where like I can think that I can possibly call here. Because I mean, it's like you're like he doesn't have anything that goes small on that turn. It doesn't make
Yeah.
So
sense.
now you need to put in your notes for this player that he is very capable of very creative lines.
Yeah, that's a good try by him.
Do you? But when you
Yeah,
say he doesn't
he
have
just
anything, he has
used the
almost
wrong
nothing that doesn't make
sizing.
sense. But do you think seven deuce of clubs does make sense? I mean, it's almost nothing, but I wanted to see because I thought seven
It's
deuce of
the
clubs.
only one, and that
Right.
would give
See,
you
it's
a
one thing.
chance to call. It's because there's one hand that you
Right.
lose to. So there's one
Yeah.
combination of
That
hands
makes
that you
sense.
lose
Yeah.
to.
Yep. Yep. And that's why we call. Yeah, because we can think of a lot of other things.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a hell of a line. It had eight of us in the blender for 15 minutes on the river.
Yep. And had
This
all
guy,
of us and had almost everyone folding on the river without taking the extra time, without being led, by the, handheld to the right answer.
yeah, this guy
True.
is capable and he's a
Yeah.
good player. The only critic I would have is he's just calling too much from the blinds, like from especially from the small blinds, just calling suited connectors.
Where do you
Yeah.
play?
Huh?
Where do you play?
in
Like what state?
California.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. Those
Yeah.
are better players and tons of
Home of
drop.
the
Come to
rock.
Florida, dude. It's the easiest fucking
Yeah.
poker of all time.
Right.
Hey, I wanna
Tough here in
play
Michigan.
people who are completely predictive and they don't three bet and they overfold. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
those.
That's Florida.
So on this hand, so this we're going to end with this because we've gone a million hours. But let's just take 1 second and look at one thing about this hand. A number of us didn't bet the river.
No, I'm
Paul
not betting
here.
the river.
So there was some folding. There was some folding pre-flop, but no, but just only Joey. I don't do it. I just go. Joey would fold here, and then I don't. On the turn, check. He bets. I call. On the river, I'm never donking on this card, so I'm checking.
I'm
So this
donking that card.
simplifies. So when I check here, this simplifies one thing, which is I've given him all the rope in the world to bluff.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
against population, generally they don't triple barrel often enough.
Right.
So, and he's likely in all of his value hands, like we talked about, are going to check behind. A lot of his value hands are just going to check behind now.
Yeah. But
So
I'm,
we
I'm
want to
thinking,
don't.
I'm thinking how easy it is for me to make this call when I don't, when it's not a raise, when it's just another bet. Let's say he bet, he goes for the bluff on the river into 277. Does he bet 350? Probably not, because he wasn't willing to do it when he needed it. So he's probably going, what, 200 here? 300?
Yeah. I don't think he's just doing 200. He's probably gonna bet like 175, I would say.
Oh,
Like 150, 175.
yeah. And then I call. I just go, oh, I call.
He
So
didn't
you
make as
call
much
and
money.
you profit the same. Oh no,
No,
because
I make
it's
less.
so
I
you
make
profit
less.
a little bit less.
I make less money, but I don't do what I actually would have done in game, which is I don't fold the best hand
I have a
because
question
none
though,
of you guys are
is
sitting next to me going, go through it, take the time. What is his value?
but if
Yeah.
you're arranging him and you're sitting there thinking, like, I mean, I don't want to check here to give myself an easier spot. And my idea here is that his range is 9x, not a lot of sets, and not a lot of two pairs. So how are we going to get value from those hands instead of thinking, oh, well, then I can just call the river so I don't have to make a hard play
Because I
whenever
don't.
I
Because
do
I
get
don't.
raised.
Because I'm
Yeah,
not
but
putting
like
him. Because I'm not putting him on the same range that you are.
What do you think his range is like
I
differently?
think I'm giving more emphasis to his raise in position pre-flop than his small bet on the turn than you guys are.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
putting a ton of
looking at
emphasis on that, is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he's
that's what it
not.
is. I'm still giving him 9-7 on this line at this moment. I still think he has 9-7 in this at this moment. I still
I
think that he
still think he
has.
can have some pocket twos here.
Yeah,
I think he
I
can,
still
but much less.
right. I still include those in his range,
Yeah, but
but I also include
who the fuck's check raising pocket twos, getting cold called from the
it's not
person
check raising,
first
it's
to
raising in
act,
position,
or who the hell
raising
is
position.
raising pocket twos, getting called first to act, and then going small on the turn? Like, fuck no, you're going big there to get max value from all of his strong hands that called, all of his ace nine or king nine that maybe you just picked up two pair. Um, I mean, his straight draws are about the only thing you fold out,
You're
which I'm
arguing
okay with.
right. So you're arguing why it's a bad idea, and I won't go against you. But are you arguing that people don't do it? Which argument? I
I
just want to
think
make
that
sure that
they
you're arguing.
generally are going to tell you their hand strength with their bet size, and when
Okay.
they have a very strong hand, they're putting in more money than that.
Good enough. So now he's weak, and now when this card comes on the river, we're gonna look at this and say, okay, with this card on the river, we have the best hand, and he's going to check behind. We need to go for value. That's how you get to that 75 that I don't. I wasn't saying that I checked here to make my decision easier. I'm saying that in game I did check here, and my decision was easier, and that's what happened.
and I do agree with you, Scott. Like if he's gonna do this kind of thing, we should just check and let him bet and just bluff catch with this hand.
It's right because I
Yeah.
certainly make it easy. I'm by checking here. I do one other thing. I don't only give myself an easy decision. I make it super easy for him to bluff 10-8 and 6-8. That makes sense
Yeah. And
He
and
might.
his range.
yeah, I
When I
I
bet
think
out, he just folds those.
yeah, in hindsight, we just got lucky because we donk into the guy who was gonna bluff.
And bluff a
I
little
didn't know.
side.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was just. I thought he was good, but I thought he was just gonna call me like with like queen nine. I just didn't think he was gonna bet the river,
Yeah.
and bluff. I was wrong. Like if he's gonna do this, that means he's gonna
We should check,
bluff the
yeah.
river. We should check here.
I'd
And
say against
then
population, when you're playing
This is
against
a hard
population
bluff to make.
tendencies, normally I would want to donk here. Against like the average
yes,
opponent, I'm gonna want to donk here
I
most
don't
of the
hate a
time.
dunk against the average opponent, but we already knew going in the river, he's an aware player that's capable of making this move. So I think the check is a better play and let him keep
yes,
bluffing
yes.
because there's
I agree.
probably
Hey, we didn't know that till we got to the river, technically. I didn't
Yeah,
know
no. We
that.
asked
I
that
agree.
question. Sam said he's an aware, capable player that's capable of making this bluff.
I agree.
He said
Versus
whenever we were going through, he was like, he's definitely capable of making this. If you say that on the flop or on the earlier on, I would say that it's okay to just check here and then call. But against, I mean, like if I'm playing against a normal opponent that I'm playing against, I'm never going to do that because they're double barrel, but they won't triple barrel.
And against those normal opponents, you're also folding to this raise, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to snap
Right.
fold here because they're not finding any bluffs here. And I might not be able to figure out what their value is here, but it's there somehow.
Okay. Sounds
and
good. All right, everybody. I will see you guys on
We have a
tomorrow. I will
pool.
be here Friday. Let me see
Well,
if what's going on Friday. No, tomorrow is Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah,
tomorrow's Tuesday.
No, tomorrow's
tomorrow's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tomorrow's
all
Tuesday. I will
right,
see you guys
bye.
tomorrow. And then,
Before we close out the session, real quick,
yep,
are we?
I
Do
won't
we
see you.
want to? I mean, get everyone's thoughts. I know Scotty and I kind of talked about it in the chat. No one else, or
Huh,
Mike chimed in. Now
yeah.
that is anyone else besides Scotty and I doing the 15-day challenge on poker coaching? And
What's
if
that?
so, do we want to incorporate that into the sessions over the next couple weeks?
So this is what it is. Go to pokercoaching.com. They've got the first 3 days are free. You can decide if you want to join for the rest of it. They're doing a cash game challenge. Poker Coaching said that they're going to be putting out more cash
I'll grab
content
the
this
screen real
year.
quick.
Yeah, I'll let you put it up there. Thank you.
So it's a 15-day. You
Yeah.
sign up, you actually get the lesson, or they send a reminder for the lesson in your email.
Hmm.
And then so this is, over the right here, over the course of 15 focus days, you'll combine practical strategy with targeted training to turn weakness into strength and confidence into results. Um,
Thank you,
and
Chat
so this is
GPT.
the bullet points of the things they're going through. And then, so this is each day. So day one, finding leaks. Day two, fixing leaks. Day three, incorporating theory. Day
My only
four,
question is how well is this going to translate to my game? When they're gonna be like, you're c-betting every fucking flop.
Well, I think what it will do mainly is it will talk about the kinds of adjustments you'll need to make when you go bigger, while
Okay.
still staying exploitative. He's going to talk about, exploitative stuff for small stakes, but probably where the players are a little bit better than your pool. Um,
yeah, a lot
I'm
of the poker coaching stuff is more focused like online and stronger players. So yeah, it can definitely help you when you're running into. I know in your pool you're not running into a ton of like really good players, but as you move up in stakes or start playing more online, like a lot of this is going to be very, very applicable. Like
so
I mean, I can
Okay.
tell you my live game is very, very different than my online game.
Yeah, I've been considering playing a bit more online just to not be rusty and against better players. Um,
so I'm going to
because
stop the
right now,
recording, and then then we can talk about what else. I want to just say, so for the recording, I'll just say, I think poker coaching is great. I think it's worth the
oh,
money.
my bad.
I paid them the money. I like poker coaching.
I think it's well worth the money.
So
I like poker coaching too, just to clear
yep.
the record. It
Okay.
got me here.
So now let me stop the recording.